everyone, and welcome to another Mythos Monday, where we're going to play. I'm not really quite sure what scenario yet. I was trying to figure this out.
Okay.
And we're at this Interlude 1 Restful Night, and there's decisions we get to make, / also based on how many of our crew members or our party members have died.
Because we went pretty late last time into the dream stream.
I don't even think I've used my experience from last time. We have a lot of it, and I don't think I've spent it. But there's all these interludes and snares. This new campaign book is awesome. Shout out for that decision over at FFG. But there's this really weird scenario like Fatal Mirage that you get to potentially opt into, which I don't know. We'll see if that even happens. But I think we're actually going to be playing Forbidden Peaks.
Okay.
Well, we're going to figure it out.
We can update the name.
There's literally 8 pages between us and that moment.
It's Arkham. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Glad you're joining us for another lovely playthrough of one of my favorite games.
I'm digging this campaign so far.
And I think Zach's on the edge. You know, midway through our Arkham journey, it was like, oh my gosh, Arkham's one of the best games ever. And then I feel like the Dream Eaters was like, you know what? Dream Eaters, somebody said this on our Discord, I think. Dream Eaters is a lot to manage for very little payoff.
Yeah, I agree.
You feel that way? Right?
Well, and I think it's particularly the case when we are alternating Arkham and Champions. Because the way those two interlaced scenarios, it's a cool concept. But the way that plays out when it's like, if we were doing back-to-back on one side, it would be like 6 weeks in between or 8 weeks in between continuing a piece of the story.
It's hard to keep up.
So that was challenging. I also feel like our investigator decks were like...
Fine. Well, we had to build 2. It's hard enough to build 1.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then we ran into Innsmouth where our decks were really bad. And the campaign was it felt very difficult.
Yeah.
Not wrong difficult, but like we weren't ready for it to be challenging.
That was not our shining moment. I mean, from scenario 1, we barely made it through. I think if we were just playing not on stream and stuff, we may have been like, you just want to mulligan that?
You want to try that again?
Yeah.
But then we get an Edge of the Earth, and I think it's immediately compelling. I think it's using so far the system that Arkham represents quite well. You've got this persistent change in the campaign based on the locations you've discovered and who's survived, who's died. There feels like there's stakes involved in the decisions that you're making.
Yeah.
And the setting comes through really nicely in just the expansiveness of the scenarios, the locations, and those kinds of things.
And I think the theme of like the frost tokens, and even I think it's pretty cool. Someone on our Discord was asking if there would be any big design issues if you actually started in your opening hand every time with your signature cards. And the reason I mention that is...
Great question.
The mechanic where you get to start with one of these allies in play is actually really cool because it reminds me in some ways of Marvel Champions at its best, which is when you feel like a hero acting, even if the game is really tough, if you feel like you're a hero level power, in the game, it's really fun. So that kind of like helps you fix weird issues with your character or the cards in your deck and that kind of thing, having this ally in play. Like, you have that weakness. So you bring the Doctor, of course. But every time you bring a character, you're risking them to a certain extent.
And there's a reason you see Stick to the Plan so big in Guardian. There's a reason the permanents are so strong.
Yeah.
And there's also a reason why so many games have failed because they just kept adding those start the game layers to fix design problems, right? Yeah. I think one of the fundamental design questions you have to ask when you're an Arkham designer is like, how min-max do I want these signature cards to be? Because I would almost say like, just always make them events. Just like one time, like, oh, something, you were a hero for a moment. You found the money, or like, you had a gunshot that went really well for you. Where you have these signature cards that like the assets are so fundamental to the identity of that hero. Yeah. That's where like is like, well, maybe we shouldn't have designed them that direction then, to start with rather than keeping them in play.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. But the reason the person was asking is like they were introducing Arkham to some friends and they wanted to make sure that their first experience was like they felt it was cool. Yeah. Because there are those moments. It reminds me of kind of not to pick at an old wound, the City of Archives thing.
Sure.
Where when we played it, I got stuck in the first room with the aliens, couldn't do anything the whole game, and then got turned into an alien. And so like that, if that had been, and usually most first scenarios aren't that intense, but if that had been my first experience with a game, it's like, this isn't what I want. But ultimately, kind of my suggestion to them was like, do whatever you have fun doing. I mean, it's a co-op game, so inherently you could just draw that card in your first hand.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be so.
Exactly.
The
It's the same old
issue,
problem,
right?
man. It's the limit one problem.
No one card should be so game shaping that drawing in your opening hand every time makes it where it creates a scenario that shouldn't exist. Now,
I'm writing this down because we're going to do that podcast.
The 10 Commandments.
We're going to do the series. Yeah. We can't be Covenant and the 10 Commandments of X. That's just too on the nose.
Yeah.
So we'll have to call it something else, like the 5 principles that big game doesn't want you to know, or whatever it is.
I mean, yeah. But that's where there's a fine line, because you look at something like Ashes where you just get to pick your opening hand. That would totally change Arkham.
Oh, crazy!
Like if you could just open every time, you would be able to. So there's inefficiencies.
But it kind of gets me excited.
I think it would get very quickly if you think like stick to the plan is a problem.
Yeah, the game isn't balanced around that reality.
Yeah. It's a totally different game. And so sometimes you have this really crazy start, and it's like, oh, you remember that time we were on scenario 4 of Carcosa, and like I just had everything. Anyways.
Yeah, I feel you. I like that just happened. Read some comments here. What's up, everybody? Water Lily Joy saying hello. Min March saying hello. Thomas Morton saying, miss you guys Thursday, but glad to see you back. Hope Zach found some new games. What's that about? Did you find some new games?
Well,
were you struggling?
I sent out a, we apparently, not to throw any shade anywhere, but apparently we didn't post on social by not streaming.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
so people were asking questions on the old community app, which if you want notices that don't involve social media, you can join our community. Just text that number that's going to pop on the screen. And so people were asking, hey, what's going on? There a stream
what's
today?
The status?
And we created a really big cliffhanger Lord of the Rings TCG moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was Thursday.
Yeah, because we need to play those decks.
So we opened a box, built decks, and then still have not played them, which, spoiler, they're not going to get played this week either, which is funny.
Well, we may find a way to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe. We'll talk about it.
All right. Hey, I'm open. But the people were asking, so then I sent out an update to everyone. I was like, yo, no stream today, but we have been trying a lot of new games lately.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that, and I said we got a few coming down the pipe that we're really excited to share officially.
Nice. Go ahead and give
happening.
The tease.
So just keep your eyes open.
Stefan Vendenbroek said, hello, everyone. Edge of the Earth is best, IMO. The packing opens up so much campaign design space. Is incredible. Fantastic. Name, I apologize, I can't read. Hello from Ukraine. At the Mountains of Madness, the best book by H.P. Lovecraft. A lot of people think that. And all eyes over there on Ukraine. We're wishing you guys the best. Mid-March 1981, did we agree that you play one round of Mindbug at the start of each stream yet? Should we go ahead and just do that?
You know, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not. And then Chris saying Arkham is survival horror, and part of that is just not surviving. So it also says, I also like you playing whatever you want, of course, whatever makes it fun for you. But I think there is an element of like, in Arkham, it's not the case that you should always feel like a hero.
Right.
But struggle. Also you kind of have to ask, is that even a game that anybody ever wants to play? Apparently. I'm still playing it.
I think one of the most compelling pieces of Arkham is that it's the fail forward mechanic, right? That's one of the hooks. So even when things go miserably, most of the time you don't die. You just suffer penalties, and it changes where the story goes.
You'll just die later.
Yeah, but I
do think in
Innsmouth. One thing that would be kind of interesting is like the first scenario, starting with like your signature cards, or like you get to pick certain cards that you start with. Like if you can start a campaign off on the right foot and also get a feel for how your character's operating, it kind of sets the stage on who this character is and what they're about.
Yeah.
But it's not moving forward, it's not every time. But I'm totally fine with the current setup. Biggest point was if you're introducing the game to people and you want them to feel cool, that's a pretty nice way to do it.
That is a good way to do it.
Like just stack the opening hand and let them do their thing.
I like that idea.
And then the rest of their Arkham career is going to be trying to operate like that, even though, they aren't going to draw that hand every time.
Yeah, at least give them an idea of what it looks like when it goes
Can you tell me really quickly how many experience total we have received?
I'm glad you asked.
Because I'm very confident I have not upgraded my deck.
We have a total of 13 experience to spend.
Okay. So
across all cards.
I have spent, where is it at? 6 on Stick to the Plan. And then I believe I saved some experience. So I have 7 experience. And my next stop, let me make sure. I stuck to the plan. I made a list of what order to...
See, this is all very smart.
Enchant Weapon is going to go over Scrying for 6 XP. So this is the 3 XP Enchant Weapon. we do a lot of the this is the real experience, that vibe of we're actually just playing and doing our thing. But at the same time, I feel like me debating which cards to upgrade wouldn't be super enjoyable.
Yeah,
so
well,
instead I just mapped that out before we got started.
Yeah, that's what the Arkham DB's write-up is for.
Yeah.
Why you chose this over that, these kinds of things.
It's because I was just making a note. I didn't have a public place to put it yet.
Meantime, let's go to the table.
You said 13?
13 total. Yeah, 8 plus 5, 13. So I had 5 to spend because I don't save experience because I'm a normal person. And I chose 2 level 2 deductions.
As a kid, you would have definitely eaten the marshmallow, right?
And a 4 no way. I would never have eaten that marshmallow.
You're
if somebody told me not to do it and I would get 2 or 3, I'm also a thinking person, I'm not. My thinking is that if I spend experience now, I'll get more. If you said, if you eat the marshmallow now, you'll be more able to eat marshmallows later, then I would definitely do it.
But there's only so many marshmallows.
There's unlimited experience in Arkham.
That's not true.
Well, it's like, if these deductions get us 3 victory points.
Also, to be fair,
then I got extra experience, getting a deal.
I'm going to benefit from you spending your experience if you get us both extra
That's
experience.
right. So we also have Tragedy of the Commons we got to sort out.
Yeah. Yeah, me not upgrading and being a little less efficient.
You're a freeloader on my experience system. But I chose these 2 level 2 deductions. The reason for that is that a big part of the entire idea of this Monterey Jack build is that you're moving around with these sled dogs, and then you're going to be doing big moment tests. A lot of seekers are able to kind of consistently grind out clues over the course of the game. I feel like Monterey is really wanting to get somewhere, get the clues, and leave as quickly as possible. So deduction is going to allow you to do that, to get basically 3 clues with a single swipe. And you have the perfect tool to guarantee that you actually hit this condition in lockpicks. So that's going to start at like a 9 or a 10 skill test. So you throw in a deduction, maybe you play your swift reflexes, you get an extra clue, or you get 2 extra clues, then you get an extra action, get that last clue with a standard investigate, and then move on. That's the goal that I have with this. So it fits right in there. And then I swapped, let you handle this, you handle this one, which is where I give you a treachery card. And I added Forewarned in its place, which when I draw a non-weakness treachery, I place a clue on my location to cancel it.
That seems way better.
So it's like a natural upgrade path for that line of decks.
That would have been really good in my, I think it was Joe Diamond.
Is it the one he had a lot of putting clues back on to
the
do
ally
stuff?
to put the clue down?
Yep.
I forget his name. William something, right?
Yes.
What was that guy's name? 1 cost. Awesome. And then
William T. Mallison.
Yeah, and then I was setting up for the Decipher Reality.
Yes.
You can't see me.
And you did it. And you John Cena.
Glorious. Yeah, it was great. So, hey, some cool comments coming in. Love seeing this. Funkula saying, people were talking about this. Funkula saying, the mat looks really nice.
Great, thanks.
I have gotten a lot of people asking on the community.
Yeah.
Please make that available for purchase.
I mean,
we're really good at making things that people can't buy.
It's very likely to happen. I spilled water on this. It's very likely to happen. We would do it via pre-order because what I've found with playmats,
a lot of people talking, not a lot of people shopping.
That's right. A lot of talking, not a lot of shopping. We had a stack of playmats at the old store, and they're annoying. Robert and I were talking about this earlier. It's like, because you have to just stack them like as a stack, as if you're building a sandwich. You don't want to roll them. Like, you don't want to separately roll each of them up to store them. That's a waste of space. And you don't want to, like, fold them and stuff. That's a waste of space. And you want to ship them in a tube rather than fold it up.
Yep. And a big mat like this would be challenging to ship.
Big mat like this, you can't ship it with anything else in an order. So, like, if you bought this and a pack of cards, like, we're not going to put that in a tube.
Pre-order it by itself.
That's it. So we'll ship it. And we won't print them until we have the numbers that we need, which I think are fairly low.
It's like playmat PDP.
That's right. Yeah, it's what we call in the old days just a pre-order. Yeah. But they don't make it until they have the right amount of pre-orders. People did that, surely, right? I mean, all the time. People got to do that.
I don't know. It's a weird situation.
If we get 200 pre-orders, we'll make it.
To take money, and then also, if you weren't taking money, which we've talked about, but if you took money, and then you don't ever hit the goal, it's like a really weird...
I guess Kickstarter solves that problem, because you don't take the money until you hit the goal.
That's right.
Okay, I get it.
Mephistor saying I had 1 XP on it. So I did take Ever Vigilant, but that was part of my 3 XP from In the Thick of It or something like that. What's that card called? Is it In the Thick of It?
In the Thick of It is a card.
The 3 XP thing up front?
Yeah, that's right. I think we both took that, but kind of maybe as a joke. Yeah, In the Thick of It.
No, it wasn't a joke.
Not as a joke, but like I didn't know if I actually had the card or if I just knew that I had it.
Aaron Clark, I'll do it. Just name the price. Well, hey, expensive enough. We'll print it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to drop $5,000, we'll have it printed tomorrow. I'll print it today. I'll drive it to your house for $5,000 right now.
You gotta be careful with that, because
there's nothing I could be doing that is more worth my time.
I was texting. That'd actually be a really interesting piece of content. We could social the whole time. It'd be a funny thing. But back in the early pandemic, you were like, anyone that has 50 Fab Box subscriptions, I'll deliver it by hand.
Did I rescind that later?
Well, we put a cap.
Oh, good. That's easy. Yeah.
So then people can't do it. So you didn't have to rescind it. We saved you from that.
That's a marketing genius, right there.
Anyways, it is. That's a clever move, right?
Yeah. It is clever.
I'll give you $1 million if you ever build a train station to Dallas, knowing full well that it's illegal to do so, right? It's like, okay, this is great. And you're the person making the laws. You ready to do this?
Are you reading 4 pages? I'm reading 3, or how are we going to handle this thing? I don't want you to feel like you're exhausted by the time we get into it.
Here's the reality. You want to top down me real quick? I just want to show you.
It's there, man.
Oh, we're in.
Looks good, doesn't it?
So this is the necessary reading. And then I think we read a section for each person that's died. So there's a lot of this that's actually not being read. So I'll let you know if I need a break.
Okay, cool.
All right. Interlude 1, Restful Night. Restful Night. Safe at last. You and the remaining members of the expedition take stock of your situation. You've lost several members of the team, but your numbers remain strong. Part of you knows that staying any longer would prove foolish or deadly. But a great many questions crowd your thoughts, demanding answers despite your worries. What were those uncanny, phantasmal creatures? What happened here after Dyer's expedition left the icy wastes behind? Also, notably, interlude to the interlude. We had the original scenario, right? Exploring, finding a base camp.
Yeah.
Then after the base camp, we decided to stay and fight. Mm-hmm. We cleared out all of the threats, right? Until the monsters stopped coming.
We wrecked them, yes.
Yeah. Felt good. We did not lose. All right.
So is that the end of the campaign then?
I think so, yeah.
Monsters gone.
Did it.
Humans won.
Surely nothing else could go wrong. You and the others discuss the situation at length and consider various plans. Some believe in the total abandonment of the expedition, but to return empty-handed now would prove disastrous for the university, frustrate the scientific community, and possibly cost the remaining crew their careers. After all, very few believe Dyer's outlandish claims. Who would believe this? In the end, you decide to press onward. Another flight is out of the question, of course. That thing in the sky must still be out there. It was a miracle you survived 1 airplane crash, let alone 2. No, there's only one way to reach the site described in Dyer's report now. You must travel on foot. The decision made, you retire to get what meager rest you can before the grueling trek ahead. You only have enough time to check on a few team members, regardless of whether they are alive or crossed out. One at a time, choose and read 3 of the sections below. 4 instead if the team fled to the mountains. I don't think we did that.
I don't remember fleeing.
If the game effect on the chosen section cannot be performed, it does not count toward this total, and you may choose a new section instead.
Should we draw opening hands first? Is there like game effects
I don't
give us new cards?
We don't know what scenario we're in. I don't think it's that kind of thing. It's like experience or certain cards or damage to a character.
Okay.
So let me actually get out all the possible characters, just so we know who we have to choose from here.
So we get to read
3 sections. We just get a pick, and it's based on the characters in our party, right?
Okay. There's 2 of us. Are we the PCs? Yeah. Are they characters as well?
They're characters, but we're basically checking on various crew members, right?
Okay. Can we check on the doctor? Because the Mala is really important to me.
Because the what?
Mala is really important to me. Dr. Mala.
Well, I'm gonna be
Sinha.
I'm gonna be honest. Let me find it.
She's daring. The daring physician. Look who we have in the chat.
Do you have her over here?
MJ Newman.
What up, MJ?
What is up?
The creator.
Enjoy the Forbidden Peaks. Well, I hope we
make
do.
it. Yeah.
I hope we do. And if we don't, you'll know about it.
So you want to check on Dr. Mala Sinha. So the thing about it that I want to mention is that checking on a person, these are the people that have been crossed out, I think. Checking on a person, I don't know if it's good or bad.
You can check on them?
Do you want to check on someone else first just to see what's happening?
Well, describe to me the narrative context of what we're doing here. What does it say exactly? Who do you want to go check out?
You only have enough time to check on a few team members.
Yeah, I think that's a nice thing to do, right? A little team building. I don't think anything bad would come from that.
All right. You want to start with her? I'm just saying, if she's like, oh, you found her and she's actually dead,
Well, wouldn't she be dead regardless of if we found her?
Well, if we don't read this piece of the story, it doesn't happen.
That's so true. It's like one of those choose your own adventures.
I'm saying, that's what I was saying. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to read this first.
It's like the book fairs in town. Oh, you want to start with somebody non-important?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just in case.
Okay.
Like
you gotta gamify the narrative even.
I'm just here to play. You know what I mean?
If we check on somebody and they're dead, then we can't check on anybody we care about.
That's right.
Again.
That's exactly it.
That's right.
It's like, I don't want to know. I'm not going to look in your tent. If you never show up, I'll just assume you walked off in the sunset and everything's happy. I say we do either random or someone we really don't care about.
Mala is the only one that I care about.
All right. Well, I'm just going to choose someone. Dr. Amy Kinsler. Let's do that one.
Okay. Yeah, Amy. What's Amy up to? Wait, what is it? Wait, what? Because if it's a good thing, then we might want to it might unlock them being better or something too.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, this is like exhaust at a base skill of 5. I think this is good for you to have if it gets good because you're a base skill of 2.
This is the person I've been taking.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
But it's not so critical that like if something happened to her, I would be sad. You know?
Yeah.
The leader of the expedition gives you little heed as you enter her tent. Her eyes are instead glued to the microscope in front of her. She appears to be studying a glob of inky, multicolored ichor in a small petri dish.
Now, hold on a second. This is exactly what we're witnessing in the art on this card. Exactly.
Okay. So that might give you a hint as to what would happen if we checked on someone.
This must have been the prompt that MJ gave the art department.
She must have recovered some of that gunk earlier. You ask if she thinks it's safe to be studying it so closely. Of course not, she responds in dry monotone. But sometimes scientific progress requires an element of jeopardy.
I don't like where this is going already.
It's true, in a way. You're only here at all because the team decided to put themselves at risk in order to confirm the truth behind Dyer's report. You ask Dr. Kinsler what she's discovered. Frustratingly little. Physiologically speaking, the substance is unlike any I've ever seen. I'm not even sure it's a liquid. It seems to possess qualities of all 3 states of matter. She finally sets the microscope aside.
Bit of a dark matter situation here.
Covers the petri dish and meets your gaze. It would be fascinating were it not trying to kill us. Dr. Kinsler's research allows you to view the situation with greater clarity. In your campaign log record, Dr. Kinsler is sharing her research with you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's called good.
That's not bad.
You seen those non-Newtonian fluids?
What's a Newtonian fluid? Let's start with.
I think it's just anything that abides by the laws of gravity, Newton's
physics,
ideas,
etc.
Yeah, so one that doesn't do that is pretty crazy.
So it's like in a tube going up.
It's like I think it's like a liquid, and then if you apply force to it, it turns solid.
I have seen that. Like
you
they punch it and it stops.
Yeah.
But if you do this, you just like slowly, your hand goes through it like liquid.
It's like the shields in Dune.
Yeah, that is awesome and mildly terrifying.
Shared our research.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Right. Well then,
I say we check on old Dr. Mala.
Full steam ahead. Right.
It's gonna be so fun if she just gets.
Yeah, you find dead.
Doctor, is it Senna?
Sure. Yeah. Sinha
gives you a hard glare as you approach. If you tell me that you're too cold to sleep, so help me, she begins, but sighs as you shake your head. Sorry, I know. Show me your wounds, then. Let me do my job. She pulls out her medical kit and motions for you to sit on the bedroll nearby. Not a very empathetic doctor.
I don't really want him empathetic.
No sign. That's right. I just
want him to solve the problem.
No signs of frostbite, hypothermia, or gangrene. That's good. In silence, she studies the bruises and surface injuries you sustained from the crash. Finally, she clicks her tongue and shakes her head. Uncanny, she murmurs under her breath. You give her an inquiring stare. 2 airplanes, she explains. Over a dozen of us spread out between the 2. And yet we sustained more injuries from the journey across the ice than we did in the crash. Except for... She trails off into harsh silence. As she dresses your wounds, you think about the meaning behind her words. The truth she doesn't want to say out loud. Was the identity that forced your plane to the ground really trying to kill you? Or was it simply guiding you? And if so, to what? Dr. Senna's expertise allows you to recover from your injuries. Any one investigator may either heal a physical trauma or erase 1 damage from a partner asset recorded in the campaign log.
I have a physical trauma. Do you have one?
I have 1 and 1, but it's you have 2, right?
I got 2.
Let's
go. 1. What's up? Hey, that's good news.
All right, so now that we know the doctor heals us, let's look at these people real quick.
All right, now we know the score here.
We have the dog handler. That could be interesting for the dog man over there.
I'm the dog man.
We have the intrepid explorer, Roald Ellsworth. We have the airplane mechanic, Takada Hiroko. We have the Antarctic guide, Avery Claypool. He seems relevant. And we have me, the brilliant student. I mean Danforth. So I don't know. You have any leanings? I picked the first one, so if you have an actual leaning.
I think. All right, what does this guy do? I think we should try Ellsworth. He deals with treacheries, so this seems like a guy you want around.
The Explorer guy was my top as well.
All right, so let's go there.
That's it.
There's only 3. We only choose
get
3.
3, yeah.
Okay, let's go there. What's up, Van?
It's interesting.
Apparently, we can choose dead people as well.
Yeah, if you do, there's a secondary section you would read.
I don't need to check on a corpse. I mean, that's pretty self-evident, isn't it?
They did.
Yeah, they did, and then they're in the snow.
All right. Ellsworth throws you a pocket telescope as you meander through the camp, searching for a task. You look free. Follow me, he demands. You roll your eyes and follow begrudgingly as he leads you out into the snowy wilds. Over the howling wind, you ask loudly where he's taking you. Higher, Ellsworth responds simply. For nearly an hour, you follow him up a treacherous trail through rocky crags to an icy precipice overlooking the ice shelf. Black, jagged mountains loom in the distance, barely visible through the harsh snowfall. There, he says, pointing between the 2 peaks. What does that look like to you? You raise the telescope up to your eyes, careful not to press the cold glass against your skin, lest it freeze there. Magnified by the device's lens, you can just make out a narrow pass between the peaks. Perhaps this would be the optimal route to take tomorrow. You convey your thoughts to Ellsworth and he nods. I agree. I'll mark it on our map when we get back to camp. Scouting with Ellsworth gives you insight into your journey. In your campaign log record, the investigators scouted the mountain pass.
See, I'm so into that. That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. Because there's going to be some moment in this game, and it's going to say, if the investigators scouted the mountain pass, rocket. Chad is appalled that we're not checking on the dead, by the way.
Why check on the dead?
That's right. There's nothing nothing living for the dead.
Rest in peace. Rip. They gone, man.
They gone, that's right. A good expedition leader doesn't have time for that.
Yeah.
We got to keep moving or we're going to die.
That's right. Or there'll be a lot more dead to check on. Restful night number 2. Silence falls over the camp as, one by one, the team falls into a deep slumber. You try your damnedest to get some rest yourself, but every time you close your eyes, the image of those phantasmal creatures comes seeping behind your eyelids, and you shoot awake. You wonder morbidly if death is the only way you will ever rest on this journey. Check the expedition team section of the campaign log.
Done.
If there are 3 or more names crossed out.
There are not.
Otherwise, skip to scenario 2 to the Forbidden Peaks.
The Forbidden Peaks. Here we go. That was easy. Harmless. Now
So
we're going to do
skipping.
all the normal Arkham stuff.
We skipped so much. All right.
Let me go get some Edge of the Earth stuff.
Yep. Protos and stuff.
Protos, etc.
This is interesting. This space up here is completely... you can't even see those cards there. Look at that. They're like invisible. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, particularly in the monitor. We really need to diffuse the light more, which is something that we'll be doing.
We can invest more time into that when we're in a new studio.
Ooh, can't we? I don't think we can wait.
All right, we can invest more time in that now.
Why wait?
Also, can we sell this playmat or something? I'm just kidding.
I'm not going to sell the exact one.
I looked up there. It's like, that does look good.
Yeah.
I like the line over here, lining up with the bottom of the shot, that's nice.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just sell it as is.
Chris Hudderbag, any idea when the protos are going to be reloads?
Yeah, reloads, right. A couple weeks now. We've got all the stuff
Weeks,
out.
not months. Ooh, look at
Got
this.
the orders going here.
Look how nice that is. The board perfectly in that spot where these lines.
Oh, what's up? I like that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool too, actually. That version of it.
Oh, did you have a different version?
I was doing it like this. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I actually like yours better.
Oh, thanks.
Because, I don't realize that when I'm looking up there, this looks like at the end of the table.
Uh-huh.
But actually, there's way more space.
There is way more, and we're going to need as much space as we can get, I think. I zoomed this out as much as I felt comfortable zooming.
Welcome to Arkham, fam.
That's right. It's getting expansive.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I like the big maps. I liked them back when we were in Paris and stuff too. Like you're just walking around the city.
It sounds like we were actually going, hanging out playing games with Paris for the big maps and stuff.
Wasn't that cool?
But I it's weird, but I definitely am into games that take up an inordinate amount of table space as a concept. It's like it's just ridiculous.
Have you tried miniatures games?
I have, yeah. Yeah. I do like it. It's just like not practical, right? But like there's a component of like, let's do this ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
That requires like this giant table and like it's this whole experience.
It's like you go to the convention and you're just like, you want to play a 12-hour like.
Absolutely.
It's like, I kind of do.
If we're going to Adepticon, that is appealing to me.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just play the 10-hour, 18-foot table Battle of Hoth, right? Or whatever it is. Yeah. Okay. Scenario 2, to the Forbidden Peaks. Try to get this one done before 5 p.m. today. Intro 1. The wind howls as your party prepares for the long journey ahead. There's very little conversation. Even if you could hear each other's muffled voices through your earmuffs and scarves, what would you say? The silence of your shared terror is loud enough.
That's what I would say.
Your destination is many miles ahead. The jagged peaks loom far on the horizon, taunting you. You run a mental checklist of your situation. Check your campaign log and read each passage below that corresponds to your situation.
Can you check in with me on the story here? 2 planes came through.
We had 2 planes.
And they both crashed.
Well, we came on boat.
Oh.
They had the parts to the planes. They made the planes once we got to Antarctica.
They made the planes?
They made the planes. And then we were flying around. It's like the littler planes, like...
You just make a plane?
Yeah, I guess so. Little like 6-passenger plane. It's not like a 747 or anything.
Yeah, right.
So they made the planes.
Wright brothers situation.
And we were exploring, and then something brought us down to the ground.
Okay.
And then we had to go scramble to find somewhere to camp.
Okay.
And then after we started camping, there were these crazy creatures happening. It was like, well, do we run or do we fight?
And have we decided, are we ultimately trying to get back to the boat? Because like, I feel like at this point the expedition maybe should be cut short.
Well, when you go back to what I just read a minute ago at the very beginning, it was like we could just leave, but then the university would be in trouble, and also our careers would be in trouble. Okay. So we need to go figure out whatever's going on so that we can report back, because no one believed the professor that came back the first time. So we need to go find out and prove.
We risked so much on the expedition already. We can't come back empty-handed.
Yeah,
it's classic plot point.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Lose our careers?
Yeah.
Says,
I'm tenured.
It says 1 hour and 10 minutes in the movie before dying. Okay. If Alaya Ashevak is alive and wooden sledge is listed under supplies recovered.
Supplies recovered. Wooden sledge is listed.
And he's listed. Okay.
Hold on a second. We promised we would make the stream more exciting.
You got sound effects or something?
Oh. So read the prompt again for me, if you would.
If Alaya is alive and wooden sledge is listed under supplies recovered.
That's correct.
Give me that air horn, though. Some people hate air horns. There's a character named Bo in the show Superstore who does this like verbal air horn. I love that character, and that's where the obsession with air horns for me came from. But then there's kind of a fab that needs to be on the fab stream. Every time you deal damage to me, you should be like, I'm
telling you, man, the viewership's gonna skyrocket.
Or break street date, right? With information. That's another time you can air horn when you're apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, it is not large or sturdy enough to carry all of us, Elia explains, as he hauls the last crate of supplies onto the sledge. But it should be able to carry our provisions and equipment at least. He makes sure the lines are taut and all the dogs' harnesses. What's T-A-U-T?
Taut.
What's it mean?
Not loose. Like if I were to put, if you had the end of a rope and I had the end of a rope and we pulled as hard as we could, that would be a taut rope.
Okay.
That'd be one taut rope.
Hansel's so taut right now. Anyways, all of the dog's harnesses are properly fastened before giving on you at the head of the pack a scratch behind the ears. Not looking forward to lug this thing up the mountains, but we'll cross the bridge when we get to it. All right, girl, you ready? Talking to his dog.
Right.
Etc. The investigators suffered no ill effects.
Do I need to write that down?
No, but if both those things weren't true, we would add a frost token to the bag. Just as an example.
Good.
Yeah. So in terms of doing all those things that were like, we found stuff.
I like to know that it was worth it in the end.
If Avery Claypool is alive.
So far, so good.
Weather might look clear right now, Claypool explains, but it could turn on a dime. We'll be on ice for most of the journey, so be on the look. I saw you go for that.
As opposed to what? I mean, what else would you be on? We're in Antarctica. What are you going to find a patch of nice river?
We need to ice about 60
Actually,
centimeters thick in order to walk across. So stay behind me at all times, and I'll use this auger to make sure it's safe. He holds up a spiral-tipped drilling device and leads the way.
So he's going to check the depth of the ice.
The investigators suffer no ill effects.
You're dang right.
If Takada Hiroko is alive.
So far, so good.
I mean, just set him up, knock him down as you set out. Oh, yeah, we have it. You can, go ahead.
Well, no, it's not supplies. It's not worth it.
As you set out, you hear Takada singing something under her breath, just quiet enough that you can't tell what it is. One of the others, however, seems to recognize it. That song again, they say. Heard you singing it on Theodosia on the way over. Takada sighs. It's a song my father taught me. Helps me pass the time, she explains. You ask if she would like to teach it to you, and she gives you the first smile you've seen from her this trek. Yes, I would. You spend the remainder of the journey singing and bonding together, whittling the time away.
You see, there's so much more to team building than simply performing your job.
Yeah. You gotta leave space for that kind of stuff.
You gotta learn a song sometimes.
Notably, the investigators suffer no ill effects.
Can I write that down?
You can. It's fine.
Can I cash it in later?
Check this out. If the investigators scouted the mountain pass.
We did.
You seek out the safe pass that
I like the one air horn. Just brought fully into and out of the
You hear
moment.
it go all the way up and all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like climbing a mountain of sound. You seek out the safe pass that you and Ellsworth scouted last night, guiding the rest of the team onward. Sheer cliffs flank you as you approach the foothills, blocking the chill wind. The shortcut gives you swift passage as you begin your trek up to the peaks. During setup, when you reveal the starting location, reduce its clue value by half, rounded up.
But we like clues.
That's probably going to be, you need to clear this to do the thing.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to remember that one. Make a sticky note or something? I'll just remember.
Proceed to intro 2.
Okay, done.
Somehow, we did all the things.
What do you mean somehow? You mean because we're the greatest Arkham players that have ever
besides that,
played the game?
I got to alley-oop you to dunk us so that you can compliment us like that. No. But if you actually think about it, random person dies.
How did this happen?
And then we happen to check on the person, let's scout the mountains.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's because we didn't bother checking on the dead people.
I mean,
that's
what a waste
how
of time.
Yeah. Right. What are they going to do? Scout the mountain pass for us?
Intro number 2. You hike through the ice and snow for many grueling hours. Luckily, you encounter no more of the creatures from the previous 2 days, leaving you to ponder if it was all some cruel mirage. But as you draw closer to the base of the jagged, snow-tipped mountains, you find another manner of creature altogether. It lies frozen and half buried in the snow, like a macabre waymaker guiding you onward. Its body is shaped like a drum, with thick hide and a pair of torn, leathery wings. A starfish-shaped appendage sticks out of the snow from its top half, adorned with 5 dead eyes and a set of prismatic cilia. 5 sets of tentacles lie frozen in the ice. The sight of the thing chills you more than the Antarctic weather possibly could. There can be no doubt, this is one of the elder things that Professor Dyer and Danforth encountered the last time they ventured into the heart of Antarctica.
You know what would be good content? After you read that, if we had you draw it. I would love to see what it looks like in your your brain space.
Do you imagine there would be like a little 10-second video clip that we'd play to transition from this to me drawing something? You know, it's like it's like this. That
all right,
segment.
it's time for Zach draws.
Yeah,
Zach draws elder things.
And then it's like stick figure versions of us like walk onto the screen, and it's like they're dancing around. Okay, I'll draw those too. But what killed it? Surely it was not just the cold. Proceed to set up. See, that wasn't so bad. I've definitely read way more before. Also, this is so cool. I just saw the map. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Look at this. It's a mountain. We're climbing.
Of course, this is like that train one, but for mountains.
I just look at it. Would you look at that?
That's very nice. You got to be thinking about that. Oh, come on, let's set that up. I want to get that going. Let's
Investigator setup. Each investigator may choose one available member of the expedition team who is not crossed off to join them. Can you hand me her? We got 2 doctors. We're not dumb.
Doctor.
Funnily enough, so this is Dr. Amy Kinsler, obviously not a medical doctor. My brother is a doctor of theology, but his 2 youngest sons the other day were talking, and the youngest one was like, Dad's not a doctor, and the other one was like, yeah, he's a doctor. He's like that the guy that writes the books kind of doctor, though. And then he's like, Dr. Seuss? It's like, yeah, that kind of doctor. It got me. Anyways.
Did my thesis on Cat in a Hat.
I've got Dr. Seuss over here. Put the story asset for the chosen character into play in that investigator's play area. etc. Place damage and horror on the character as indicated on the expedition team. I don't think they have any damage. Scenario setup. Gather all cards from the following encounter set. So,
Did we draw yet?
no. Didn't tell us to. NBA Newman. Look, it's a mountain. See the mountains over there?
I'll bet you I could throw a... I think this stream's going to drive us crazy. I think eventually it's going to descend into where we may never even play anything ever again.
We just talk.
Yeah, and then I guess we'll call it a miniature stream.
Dude, these are good jokes. You ever thought about doing stand-up?
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to spend 2 hours. We're going to set up some terrain. We're going to talk about things, and we're going to go home.
Yeah.
I tell you what really has play is the setup. We just set up games. Yeah, because we still would be in the episode of Watch Us Set Up Forbidden Peaks.
There's enough content in the setup.
Yeah.
It could I mean, it's an hour or 2 hour stream.
And then you would never have to worry about things. Well, you kind of be spoiled. You don't necessarily want to see how the next scenario sets up if you haven't played it yet, I suppose. But.
Well, I mean, if our whole vibe is just setting up, we don't ever have to play it.
I tell you what, man, you get Rodney on the horn and say, hey, we've got an idea. We're going to do a sister channel where we're going to set up the game, and then we're going to send viewers to you to watch it played.
You know, set them up, knock them down. I do like it. I wonder if we could get Nalgene to sponsor that one too, you know?
Oh, we absolutely
just
could.
Fold it in, right?
Absolutely could. You got to stay hydrated both ways. I mean, both directions.
Setup is a lot of work.
It's a lot of reading.
You got to make sure, yeah. All right, so we have this icon. Let me go find everything.
What's up, MJ? Take care. Got to bounce in a bit. Hope you enjoy the scenario. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, now I'm just looking for icons. Did you watch Super Bowl?
I did.
I did not.
Really?
Was it good?
You're always subverting my expectations.
Excellent. I like that.
What were you doing instead?
Not watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing.
Living life.
Or something really important.
It was not important. No.
Were you working on what you were going to get me for my birthday?
Always.
Coming up.
I
didn't have time for the Super Bowl. I was doing a lot of research on your birthday present.
I spent an inordinate amount of time preparing for your birthday.
Why did you not watch the Super Bowl? You're way more into those kinds of things than I am.
I mean, dude, I'm willing to be on a soapbox, but I also want to be clear.
Are you anti-NFL now? Are you making a political statement?
It's
because they felt it, man. Let me tell you.
It's not political actually. The thing that yes and no.
Is it because the Cowboys aren't any good?
Well, that's always been true since I can remember. I remember winning 3 Super Bowls out of 4 years, and my mom's a big Cowboys fan forever. So I just thought you were supposed to win.
Yeah.
You have a team and they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You should talk to Rafe about that. Yeah. Lions fan.
Well, I don't know. When was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
Detroit Lions? They've only been playing football the past 3 years. When I was a fan of the Lions back in the day, is like they were put in the junior varsity.
One thing I do know is their previous quarterback did win the Super Bowl, and that's hilarious.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he literally goes over year 1 and wins the Super Bowl.
It's not a quarterback problem, is what you're saying.
I'm not going to point.
I watched him whenever Sanders was a running back.
Ooh,
right?
This is rough. The last Detroit Lions playoff win?
Yeah.
1992.
Yeah, so that used to not sound very long ago.
They're the oldest NFL team to have never appeared in the Super Bowl.
So it's real. This is real data.
Oh man, I didn't know it was that bad. Anyways, the 2 factors that if you enjoy the NFL, I have no. I'm not like trying to make a.
I'm just here to watch football, man.
Yeah. Besides the whole commercialization and all this stuff, but the hiding of all the like concussion data.
Mm-hmm.
And the number of people that participate in the NFL that like have lifelong body and brain damage stuff, really terrifying. Like it makes me uncomfortable a little bit watching it. Right?
So like it's actually at this point like you watch it and it's like, ugh, like it's scary. It's like I don't think this is okay to be this aggressive.
You're just watching a bunch of people that like I think it's like 90% or something have long-term physical damage and or brain damage.
That much?
It's bad.
That's crazy.
And even worse is like 90 or 95% of people that are in the NFL end up, I think, bankrupt in the 5 years after their career's over with that damage.
Yeah.
And so it's just like this really uncomfortable.
Well, that's just a critique of football as a whole. See,
I know there's other stuff going on too.
I think I've said it before. Let's see, who would it be? Sister-in-law, husband, dad. Husband's dad, sister-in-law's husband's dad. If my sister-in-law marries somebody, does that become my brother-in-law?
Technically not.
Okay.
But it is your wife's brother-in-law.
That's right. So my wife's brother-in-law.
It's there's probably a word for it.
There's got to be, yeah. So his dad's a neurologist in Tulsa. Pediatric neurologist.
So this is your sister-in-law's husband's dad.
That's right. That's right. He's a neurologist. I've talked to him quite a bit about this. His perspective was that within the next couple of decades, it won't be happening anymore. Football as a whole, in its current state, will not be allowed to happen.
That based on what I know, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the assumption that I'm reading. And then on top of that stack of problems that you're experiencing is everything about the Dallas Cowboys, which is my former favorite team. Don't like the owner. Don't like the culture. Recognize that they're always going to be the Dallas Cowboys.
Right. Yeah. Well, until Jerry dies or whatever.
Yeah. So like you mix the two, and it's like I'm just kind of fine moving.
But you don't do college football either, do you?
No.
You're off football.
Yeah.
You're a basketball man.
Sure.
That means I'm the football expert on the stream now.
I mean, I still, I'm on Twitter. I know what's going on loosely. And like...
That's a good example. That's just a good thing to say about Twitter. I'm on Twitter, so I know what's going on loosely from a series of headlines and things to get worked up about.
I knew the Rams won the Super Bowl. I also knew that Matthew Stafford was the quarterback. And I'm still... close enough to when I was actively watching football that I know who Matthew Stafford is. That will eventually go away, right?
Yeah.
Eventually it'll just be some guy.
Oh, I gotta tell you, I was just there for the food. And it was delightful. The food was great this year. I went to my folks' house, had a good time.
I dig that too.
Yeah.
I just,
Okay.
Anyways.
Very surprising.
My
family
kind of just forgot the Super Bowl was happening. Kind of like the Cowboys do.
Yeah.
Anyways, gather the cards. Did it. Shuffle the 7 mountainside locations and put 5 of them into play diagonally. So can you find the mountainsides here?
Agent Slumber with a good point here. The NFL is way more popular today than it was 10 years ago. No way it's going away. I think his point was like the way it's done will have to change because moms and dads will stop allowing their kids to participate if the data is fully available.
Yeah.
Because he's seen it a lot and he's mortified.
Even just like middle school, high school.
He wouldn't let his kids.
Contact football.
He wouldn't let his son play football at all and play tennis.
Yeah, and my oldest brother has a son that is getting to that age, and that's kind of the conversation that's going on.
Right.
Where it's like, it's highly unlikely this will be your career.
Yeah.
Step one. I mean,
son, your last name's Bun. Okay.
Even if he's actually weirdly, he's really tall for his age.
Yeah.
And he's got a really good arm. Like it's crazy.
Could he throw a football over them mountains?
Mountain over there. So I think he could actually be really good, and might go to college and stuff and that whole thing. But like, realistically, it's unlikely this will be your career. And it is way more likely that you'll play and will get injuries that are unfixable. Mm-hmm. Even the number of people that play like high school and college that just have long-term back pain or long-term neck injuries or whatever.
I feel like even Shannon's run into that with gymnastics, power tumbling, that kind of stuff.
It's crazy.
Like constant compression of your skeletal system since you were 5.
Yeah.
Could cause some long-term issues.
All that to say, I just have the combination of all those factors made me less and less interested over time.
Sure.
I would still go to a Super Bowl party though. Don't get me wrong.
They pay $10,000 to get in there. Get in the Super Bowl
per ticket.
Yeah, $500 for parking.
Even the bat. Oh, gross.
Yeah.
But if you like celebrities, there's a lot of celebrities there. Yeah. That's fun.
If you like celebrities.
Yeah. The other thing that probably was the coup de grace for this year's Super Bowl for me. Last year was COVID. This year,
your diet's gotten better.
My diet. So going to Super Bowl is just a travesty.
What, are you gonna have some carrots or something? I mean, it's disgusting.
It's so. I know I'm unfun to be at that party. It's like I'm gonna be over there like, have you heard of the Whole Food plant? They're gonna kick me out, right?
You guys really got to try broccoli raw again. I mean, it's probably been a while, but this is good stuff over here.
Trust me, you do not need to put stuff on there. Anyways, shuffle those together, and then 5 are gonna go on the diagonal line with the summit up here at the top.
Okay.
We're gonna climb the mountains.
And then we do randos?
5 random lead up to here. Then the remaining 2 will be set aside out of play.
How'd you know it was going to be 2?
That's what it told me.
That's a joke, yeah.
Reveal the level 0 location here. So it's level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it. Reveal location.
Where is 5 again?
It's this one. Up top. It's the 5th one. You see?
So the numbers go up as the mountain goes up. Very good. Very nice.
We each begin play here. And remember, the clue number is half rounded up. So let's flip it over. It says 6 clues typically divided by 2.
Is that 3?
It's 3. Yeah.
Okay. Glad we solved that math puzzle.
You can't unless all the clues on the previous location have been cleared. So,
boy, if I get a deduction 2, first swing, bada boom, 3 clues,
1,
let's move.
It's also 1, whatever you call it.
It's 1 shot. This is incredible. So also worth noting, it's victory 1. This is incredible. Also worth noting, these are
How do you feel about it?
Edge of the Earth. It's incredible. These Edge of the Earth clue tokens are going to be sold with the Doom pack. I think we have 20 extra clues in with these guys to accommodate the bigger scenarios. So we've done a different design. It's more inspired by Mountains of Madness, etc. They look great.
They do look awesome.
So those are coming soon.
Add 1 gas mask to the bag.
Just for being here?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
I'll be right back.
You forgot your gas mask at home, huh?
Yeah.
You could just put another Blizzard token in there. Ah, yes, here we are. Finally, we can have a real conversation on the Zag's going. You guys want to talk about anything weird? Something that maybe... Some secret you want to know about Zach that I can't tell you whenever he's here? Oh, no, it's fine. Everything's good.
Everything's cool.
Yep, great.
Cool.
Love it. Yep, just setting things up. Definitely not talking
I guess
about
I should have
anything.
read the rest of the instructions before coming back because we might need more tokens. Anyways, check the supplies recovered section of the campaign log and put each expedition story asset listed there into play at the level 0 location. Remove each other expedition story asset from the game. So, green soapstone.
Don't have it.
Wooden sledge.
Got it.
Dynamite.
Got it.
Miasmic crystal.
Nope. Ooh, I feel like we did do that. We didn't. It was in the opposite side of the big.
I thought we saw it though.
We did see it. We don't have that? Are you sure we don't have that? I didn't write it down.
Mineral specimen.
No.
Small radio.
Mm-mm.
Spare parts.
Yeah.
I could have sworn we had that crystal. If anyone out there knows, you let us know. Let's look at this. Spare parts. 0 cost asset uses 3 supplies. Action, spend 1 supply and exhaust spare parts. Add 1 supply to another asset at your location, or choose an investigate your location to gain a resource.
Okay.
Fast action.
Okay.
Dynamite.
Do you? So, what kind of things do you have that have supplies? That's a guardian kind of thing. Guns? You got a gun or anything?
No, I have sticks.
You don't have any supplies. I can put another one on my thermos.
Well, these have supplies. These other items that we have. So dynamite.
Oh,
2 supplies. Action, spend a supply and exhaust dynamite. Choose either your location or a connecting location. Deal 3 damage to each enemy and investigate at the chosen location.
That's going to be so helpful.
Wooden sledge. Exhaust wooden sledge and investigate this location. Searches the top 6 cards of their deck for up to 3 non-weakness items or supplies and attaches them face down to wooden sledge.
It's a mini backpack.
While wooden sledge is under an investigator's control, face down cards attached to it may be played as if they were in their hand.
Now, hold on just a minute. Now, why in the world are we hitting the snow with the wooden sledge and finding items?
Well, that's what's carrying our items with the dogs. The guy was talking about it.
I thought it was like a sledgehammer.
Oh, no.
Oh, like it's like a sled.
But it's
a sledge.
Yeah.
Well, that's confusing.
It's the sled's cousin.
Huh. Okay, great. So it's like a little pack carrying device.
Set the Terror of the Stars enemy aside out of play. That sounds friendly. Check the difficulty level.
Normal?
Yeah, skip it. That's what it says. Shuffle these weaknesses. Shuffle the remainder of the cards.
Check your shoe.
Yeah. Someone put a feather in your shoe. You are now ready to begin.
Did you watch Murderville?
No.
Netflix. Well, Arnett, I think. Has comedians or guests on. They solve a murder.
It's
improv.
available?
Yeah, it's available. It's
I
on there.
didn't know it
watched
was up
all,
yet.
man.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
It looks amazing. Yeah, I really want to see it. Everyone's scripted except for the guest, right?
Yes.
And they have to improv?
Yes.
Which I love.
There's a segment where there's a magician doing magic, and Will Arnett, I think it's Will Arnett, right? That's the guy's name? Job from, or not Job, the guy from Arrested Development?
Yeah.
It's so funny. Him reacting to these magic tricks is so funny. So when you get to that, remember that I said it.
I will watch that. I'm very excited to see that.
Wait, there's achievements? What's an achievement?
Usually something you accomplish. I'm here for the dad jokes.
Wow.
That looks cool. That's a campaign log if I've ever seen one.
There's achievements that we can get if we do stuff.
Ooh, achievement list. Interesting. The following is a list of... Why did no one tell you about this?
Why did they not say to check it? Maybe they did. We're not strong
Red
readers,
right
really.
over it. The following is a list of achievements investigators may strive toward as they play the edge of their campaign. As the investigators complete each of these achievements, check the box next to them. Try to complete them all for the ultimate challenge.
That's pretty cool.
Safe
Okay,
bet.
yeah, nice.
Camp at a
Yeah.
location with a shelter value of 8 in Ice and Death Part 2. Look at all this stuff. Recover all 7 supplies in Ice and Death and carry all of them to the summit in the Forbidden Peaks.
These are all great. Yeah, let's go. I mean, this is cool. We're not going to do this, though.
Let me find the back. There's a backpack one.
Or a wooden sledge one.
Play a wooden sledge from a backpack, then immediately use this ability to attach a backpack to it.
Oh, cool. Like a backpack.
Kind of a hat on a hat. That's what it's called.
That's hilarious.
How do you play the wooden sledge, though?
It'll tell us, surely, right? Do we get to put them in our decks? Arkham provides the answer if you just keep reading.
Into play at level 0 location.
Wait, here?
It just says into play there.
They're there, then. Can we grab them?
It doesn't say.
While it's under an investigator's control. So we got to grab them or something. I don't know.
And then apparently we're ready to play.
Good luck proving that one. Where's our...
Waterloo is saying Act Engine. Here we go. Shuffle that. That's the stack. Agenda 1A. You arrive at the foothills of the menacing mountain. The strange caves and odd formations of the mountain's summit beg to be explored. Forced, after you move to a location, return all of your clues to the token pool.
Okay, so we just got to clear it and move. Clear it and move.
16 we advance. Act 1A. Ascend the mountain. Carrying as much expedition gear as you can, you must climb the imposing mountainside to unlock the secrets that lie on the other side. Action, take control of an expedition asset at your location. Objective, get to the top of the mountain. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. What's this? Oh, that's my deck. I'm just going to put these center
Like
stage.
somebody should take the spare parts and the dynamite and be our demolition crew. And then somebody should take the sledge. How are you on items? You need a lot of items and supplies, do you not?
Did it not?
I've always said that about you.
Yeah.
Do we get to see the clues before we draw our opening hand?
The clues?
Like right here?
Presumably, yeah.
Do we really?
I think we do all the setup and then we do our thing. Or maybe it's the other way
I
around.
feel like we've gotten that wrong every time. It literally is not possible for us to get it right. But knowing that the clues are only 3, I want to mulligan for deduction too now.
Do you have a lot of item supplies?
No, I don't think so. I think I have 0 supplies, to be honest with you.
I have items and supplies, but the interesting thing about that is, like, I also have this quiescence of thought. There's an action if I have less than 5 cards in hand, I can break it to draw up to 5.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I don't think I'm gonna have, and then I also have this prepared for the worst. So I have a feeling I'm gonna find the stuff I need pretty quick.
All right, I'll take the sledge. You take the dynamite
Dynamite seems good.
and the spare parts, because then we can keep reloading the dynamite. We want to take all of those up the mountain, or we won't have them
Well,
when we get there.
I'll be. Now, that said, you're also the clue person, so technically, it also could be a scenario where you're grabbing these, and I have to use my actions early to grab this,
Maybe
because that's where we're at.
I might get them all at once.
All right, bad stuff. The skull is minus X, which X is the level of our location. This is 0. So it's the skull will go from 0 up to, you know, a lot.
What would it be here?
1, 2, 5. It's 5, yeah. The hood token is -1, and if you fail, move to the location directly below you. So you slide down. How cool! The tablet's -3. If you fail, lose control of an expedition asset and place it at your location.
Okay, so you gotta grab it again.
The gas mask, which you just put an extra one in. If you fail, the nearest elder thing enemy moves once towards you. If it is engaged with you, it attacks.
I'm sure we won't have any elder things.
Just none. Absolutely none.
Yeah, we're supposed to draw cards before setup, technically, apparently, but some scenarios break that rule. I think this one broke the rule explicitly. It told us to reveal the location.
See, look, I got a backpack in my opening hand.
Yeah, who needs that? Look at how much space we've got. This is like liberating.
Ooh, Stand Together is a really good opening card.
Yes, it is. It's really good. I'm glad you have it. Does it cost money? No, it doesn't cost money.
Dynamite's going to get tossed. Also, Sixth Sense is a great starter. Do I even start with the backpack?
Hey, that's a great question.
I do. You definitely just do.
Well, you don't have to. You've got to stick to the plan and stuff. There's a magnifying glass. There's a pilfer. There's my level 2 deduction. The game has already... Oh, there's another level 2 deduction. We're going to keep those. We got hiking boots.
Let's pitch it. Scene of the crime. You love to see it. And an enchanted plate. I just have it all.
Hold on just a second here.
Now, technically...
Might be on a boot scoot situation here.
Those dogs going to carry you up to the top?
I got no dogs. Oh, and lockpicks as the final. I mean, I couldn't have picked it better. That's crazy.
Hey, it's good. I'm happy you have a good
That's
opening hand.
crazy.
I feel like I'm going to get my bucks.
I feel like...
Okay, so recognition is we have 5 turns before the agenda advances. So technically...
Can you tell me more things that I can discern from looking at the board?
Well, the thing I was going to connect the dots on is we have to move up the mountain 5 times. So a perfect climbing the mountain would mean the agenda never advances. Because you know when the agenda advances, things are going to get worse.
Yeah, rock slide or whatever.
So I don't know if it's possible, but if it is possible to get every clue every turn, we would get out of here very quickly. You know what I mean?
We got to get, but you also got to get three things up the hill. And if I'm spending time on the things, I'm not spending time getting up the clues.
I'm not saying that we have to do it every turn, but the math on getting all the clues averages out, right?
Yeah.
So I think I should go first because I have a way to give you money.
Okay.
It's called Stand Together.
Yeah, I mean, I love money.
Yeah, so let's stand together. We each gain 2 resources.
That's all it does?
Choose another investigator location. Both you and that investigator gain 2 money.
Okay. And I've got 1 physical trauma. What's your trauma situation?
1 and 1.
Cool.
But I can technically break the discipline to take 1 and heal 3 of the other.
Yeah, you're invincible.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go ahead and play Dragon Pole and Sixth Sense.
You didn't grab the stuff.
I want to get down cards so I can break this and draw.
Sure.
And then I'll grab that with my actions next turn. I'm just setting up to be able to murder stuff while you do your thing. Know what I mean?
I do. All right, well, over to me. Let's be good at things.
You didn't go grab anything.
Let's play lockpicks for 3.
Yep.
Let's play hiking boots for 2. And then let's take a fast action for a magnifying glass here. And then let's investigate with a deduction. So if we run the numbers here, we're at 5 and 6 respectively. So we're currently at 11, 12, 13, 201. So I don't think it's worth mentioning, but
only one way to fail. Actually, 2. 2 frost tokens would get you.
I suppose we are going to. You know what? I'm not even going to play that. That magnifying glass is a waste. Let's pull that back. It's fast action. I don't need that. Here comes the deduction. I've got an idea. Succeed by 2. couple things are going to happen.
Succeed by a million.
All right, so I'm going to get 3 clues.
Whoosh.
Whoosh, indeed. Courtesy of level 2 deduction. And then hiking boots are going to fire. After the last clue is discovered, exhaust, move to a connecting location.
Oh, come on now. Hope
Right
it doesn't hurt you.
After you move to White Bluff from a location below it, test foots. X is 1 plus the location's level. If you fail, lose control of an expedition asset. None of that matters. Not even going to take
You
the
picked nothing up.
I picked nothing up. No, and I've got 2 clues there ready to be grabbed.
That's what I'm saying. You're just going to gobble,
I'm
gobble.
built to climb mountains.
When I look at Monterey, I think that guy is built to climb mountains.
My stat is a 6 currently.
Wow.
So I've done it.
Well in, dude. Well in. End of the round?
End of the round.
Bad things do bad things. We're good. Do we draw and get a resource before the doom?
Yeah. End of the round. Draw and get a resource.
Perfection.
Richard Daniel asking if we're leaving everything at the bottom of the mountain. I think that's your job. You're the pack mule, right?
I'm literally gonna build, pick stuff up, and come clean the enemies as they.
You're gonna take 3 actions to take control of three things, though, aren't you?
Do we have to take them all?
I think so.
Bad cards. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Hanging on the edge, chest 3 foot. If you fail, take 2 damage, lose control of each expedition asset you control, and move to the location directly below you.
Well, I mean, they could go bad, and not even that bad.
3 to 3. I don't even care. I don't even
For the
care.
2 damage? What's 2 damage anyway?
Well, if I take 2 damage, then I can heal it with my discipline, No.
Oh, yeah, you need the clues when you leave that. Oh, that's the bad one.
-4. The nearest elder thing moves towards you. I'll take 2. Too good to fail.
Mardo asking, wasn't Monterey going to pick up the sledge? Yes.
Then Monterey.
But
got
then Monterey
distracted.
left, right? Oh, and at the end of the turn, I was 1 away, so I get a money or a card. I reckon I'll get a card because I'm a smart person.
Your bad card.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Whiteout. Each investigator is -1 to everything. End of the round, discard it.
At that location.
Yeah, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Okay. Well, it's over to us.
All right, so Steven's plan. Play a magnifying glass. Investigate. Move up to the next location for free. 1 action remains.
He's just climbing. How important are all 3 of these things?
All of them, dude.
But I just had that thing where it's like the card gets rid of all of them. It's fine. I'll grab them.
I mean, they sit there at least. If you bring them up and things go wrong,
I'll eventually come catch you.
I can grab some. Yeah, I'm up there. I'm like that Price is Right game.
That's right. I used to love that.
Are you just grabbing all 3? Is that your game? It's not. It can't be your game, right? Grab 1, do some stuff. Grab 2, move. Your next turn.
I mean,
The exciting challenge of being the expedition
person.
pack mule.
Yeah.
There are going to be some weirdos that are going to come out for sure. So.
I mean, I can go ahead and go. I'm going to play as a fast action Talisman of Protection. So now this is +2 and +1 damage. You have a die. I got it.
Die?
I just want to remember that it's +2. It's plus the number of arcane slots filled. Know what I mean?
You ever thought about using our tokens for that?
You have a...
What about that?
That works. I'm in the fab brain. Okay. Then I have 3 actions left. So technically I could just pick them all up.
If you pick them all up, but then you have a moment where you could lose them all, having not moved them up the field at all.
That's what I'm saying.
So I feel like it's maybe grab 1 and do something.
I could pick 2 up and move.
But that leaves 1 behind is kind of the...
But do we care that much?
You
I
gotta
think
get 'em up
dynamite
the
and
map.
spare parts is what matters.
It was even... Well, you're going to leave the sledge behind?
I mean,
have you ever seen where this goes wrong?
It was just an achievement. It wasn't even... No one warned us. Be sure not to leave anything behind.
At the end of this, it's going to be if you possess
who
such and such.
went moving without me?
You told me to go up the mountain and get the clues.
Well,
and I'm doing what was... I mean, do you want me to move back?
No, I don't.
Grab it,
See?
move up?
I
can. I'll do it. If it's that important.
I think I really want to draw cards. That's what I really want.
Can you play anything out of hand?
I'm hilariously silly. I should have played this last turn.
Oh, you didn't do that the first turn.
Yeah, I should have.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's gonna have to wait, I guess.
Yeah.
You're not ever vigilant after all.
Yeah, that would have been smart. Save 2 money. I only had 2 assets, so that's interesting. But save 2 money, save an action. You know.
With that action you saved,
I would have picked something up that I would have discarded because it would.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we didn't do it then. That's good.
Yeah, it really.
I'm
It's
glad
not that
it made
relevant.
me wheeze.
Yeah. I can't play anything from hand yet, so I think here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use.
Red Tire is awesome. The play-by-play. The communication is breaking down rapidly. They're tearing each other apart.
I'm gonna break this, and I'm gonna draw 3.
You get 2 of those now?
Yeah, once you get to 15 experience, you get another discipline, but you get another weakness.
You're like leveling up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna break this and draw 3.
How many weaknesses you drawing?
1. Must either choose 1, flip a discipline in your control to its broken side, or take 1 damage and 1 horror. So
That seems like an easy choice.
I'm gonna flip this.
Because they both flip up again? Yeah.
Well, this is after the round ends. If I didn't take any damage or horror this round, flip this asset back over.
Great, yeah.
This one is after the round ends. If I did not have 2 or more cards in hand at any point during the round, flip it back over.
Okay.
So we'll make that happen. And there goes my Burden of Destiny. And then I'm going to just pick 2 of these up.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully I don't have to discard. I can pick 1 up, move.
Yeah.
And we'll be off to the races. So I'll get the 2 that I think are most important.
Okay.
Waterloo saying, between the 2 characters, Lily is definitely the responsible one. PMK saying, she is, yet she doesn't want to be.
Actually, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Let's play a fast magnifying glass. You've never seen a faster magnifying glass than this.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Mixed reviews on the old Book of Boba Fett, but last 2 episodes of the season this season, there were some really great Western style moments, you know? Duels.
Somebody draw a gun.
Tumbleweed kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
Not exactly tumbleweed, but anyway, just shouting that out.
I'm glad.
It was good. You haven't seen it, but I think
I didn't know that.
there are moments of it you would love and moments of it you would hate.
Ah, yes.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. The more you know. Well, let's do the smart thing first. Let's do a lockpicks test as my first action. So I think we just need to not hit a bad one. My lockpick skill is currently a 6 plus a 5 is at 11.
-1.
Success.
And if you fail the lockpicks, you lose the lockpicks, right?
That's right. You got to win by 2 or more, or they go away. Second test is going to be magnifying glass. Just going to be a standard investigate. I'm going to pay 1 for higher education, get +2. No, I got to have 5 cards in hand, do I? Not yet. You need to get there quick. Second action, we're just going to do a 5 to a 3.
Head by 2.
Head by 2. It's pretty standard, yeah. Not terrible. I'm at the second location, so the skull is still good. Brain.
Succeeded.
Brain time.
Gobbling up that victory.
So we've discovered the last test. The hiking boots are going to fire here.
So efficient.
Move us up top. Both those tests were -1, also. It's still fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lose your clues.
Lose my clues, yeah.
This flips. It is the narrow ridge. Comes in with 4 clues on it.
Perfect amount of clues.
After you move to the narrow ridge from a location below, take a horror.
Okay, well, okay.
I appreciate you scouting this out for me.
Not exactly creative in the text there. And then lastly, a lot of questions. I don't want to move too far ahead.
Well, unless I get dunked on, I'm planning to catch up with you next round.
there's a distinct possibility that dunking will happen.
It would be hard. I'm a fighter, you know?
Yeah. I think I'm going to grab a clue, set up for the deduction double play next turn, hit up the mountainside.
PMK is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the difficulty.
Yeah. So that's -2, so I succeed. 5 to a 3. Yeah, and then now we're at a 2.
Mephisto, for some reason, asking if you succeeded by 2. Do you have to do that for lockpicks or something?
Lockpicks you do, yeah. Succeeded by 2 and a million for lockpicks.
Yeah.
Second test, I did not use the lockpicks. I would love it if you could use these a bunch. Wouldn't that be awesome? Pow, 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 pow.
Pow, 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 pow.
But only once per turn, sadly.
Yeah. I mean, you know, makes a certain amount of sense. It's very powerful.
So, do I want to build up?
Oh, no. Red Time saying, darn, I got to go put my daughter down for a nap. I'm sure you enjoy taking care of your daughter. But Shane particularly doesn't want to miss us falling down the mountain. So don't
I think we refuse to fall down the mountain.
Yeah, it is not the goal when you're climbing a mountain.
Ooh, last action draw here is interesting.
Ooh.
I'm trying to get to 5 so that my money can turn into brain tests.
Yeah.
That's one way this can go wrong.
I won't judge you for a last click draw here.
I had to look at the location and see what was going to happen.
You know, it's possible that you were going to fail one of those tests. And if you did fail, then you wouldn't have the extra action. So then you'd be in a pickle.
All right, last click draw. Is it a weakness? Yes.
It really serves us.
But look at this. Place one of your clues on my location. Oh, I don't have any.
Oh, bummer, dude. It's a good thing you didn't do that when you were down here as your first click, right? We're being rewarded for playing poorly now, and it's glorious.
They figured out how to maximize the game around people playing well, which means you can play poorly
They've fallen
and
right
crush.
into our trap. They're going to make us look like geniuses.
All right, turn is done. Enemies do enemy things. There are none. We draw a card, we gain a money.
Yep.
I did do one move at the end of my turn, so I'm going to take a card. And then at the end of the round, I'll take a card and a money.
Round ends, I didn't take any damage, so we'll flip that alignment of spirit right back over.
Bada boom, bada boom.
Okay, and then this flips.
You know, it's kind of funny how much into the round this goes away. They get you all into this sled dog idea. And they design scenarios so far that prevent you from moving multiple times.
You know that's going to pay off in the end, though. Eventually, we're going to be running to our boat, and it's going to be an open field.
And it's going to be 4-dog night.
And we're going to be cruising. Snowfall. Place 2 clues on your location from the token pool. Well, now, that's interesting.
Now we got a bit of a problem, don't we? Well, it's only a one shot. You should be able to figure that out, right?
If not, I'll just see you later. I'll stay down here.
It's already too late. Leave me alone.
Go on without me.
Glimpse the Unspeakable. Peril.
Ooh.
Draw the top card of the telekinetic deck.
You have to give it to one of the players.
Resolve its effect.
Ooh.
Lose 2 resources.
What's the peril about that?
Well, it's going to keep going. There's more to it.
Okay.
Shuffle it into any investigator's deck instead of placing it on the bottom of the telecally deck. If no telecally weakness is drawn, glimpse the Unspeakable insert. So I'll put it in my deck. I think I'll have money to spare.
Okay. All right. Back to us, I guess.
Yep.
Here we are. Remember that time I wasted an action and 2 money?
Yeah, not awesome. That was not an awesome idea.
Well, now I got to get clues before I can do anything else.
It's real pain, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, so I think I am going to get some money. No, I'm just going to get
the card is a slam dunkaroo to our idea of what we should be doing.
I really would, this was supposed to go differently.
You got any of them get multiple clues cards?
That's okay. No. Dude, we're not built for that.
Can you punch the snow with your dragon pole or something and make a clue go away?
That would be cool. No, I can do none of this.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Clues don't matter. This isn't locked.
Oh, right. But you're giving up 1 experience. I can maybe come back down there and get that before we're done.
Hey, maybe those dogs will come in. Actually, if you were moving really efficiently right now.
If I bring the dogs out, I could spend 1 action to go 4 down the mountain. Yeah. And the next turn, go 4 back up.
That's what I'm saying. Actually, it would not be feasible for an average walker.
Yeah, we could play that thing like a harp.
Yeah. So I think I grab this thing and I move twice to get here.
I love it. Huge fan of that.
Huge fan.
Huge fan of that.
Huge fan indeed. Okay, let's grab the sledge. So many cards.
You can use those spare parts, can't you? Or the sledge is an action to use it? Nah, it's not as good, is it? An action backpack. You need any items or supplies? You kind of already built, aren't you?
I already got that. That's what I was saying. Is I don't know if I need it, but just in case we need it. And then move. I'm exhausted.
Okay, great.
So now I can help you with tests, though.
Well, that's wonderful.
I have no books in my hand, though. So
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad that you can help.
Good luck.
First action. I lost all my money. So that's going to change what I do there. First action, let's do some lockpicks.
It is interesting, though, with this wooden sledge, because attached items and supplies either of us can use.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I'm trying to think about what I even have in my hand that you might want to play.
Do you want, like, a magnifying glass? You got the 2 hands on the dragon pole over there.
I don't want to magnify.
It's not ideal, is it? Yeah. Need to do the agility test. What agility test?
This one. After you move here, before I just... First action, let's move here. Yeah, there it is.
So test is 2. It's a foot of 2.
Feet. All right, I'm at 3.
That's all you've got? What are on your card? What are printed on your cards?
Everything is not foots and books.
You could lose control of an asset here.
Well, that's what that sledge was for. Here we go. I have by 1. Fail. What happens?
You lose control of an expedition asset.
All right.
So you're going to have to stay there and grab it.
First action, second action. Oh, yeah, I just moved twice and did...
Well, you grabbed one, moved.
There it is. Yeah, I think I'll just grab it back.
Yeah, grab it back. Sit back and grab it back.
And then I'll come find you.
Yeah, this is the hardest part. You just had to get the assets.
I mean, I am climbing the mountain.
I mean, it isn't, it isn't easy. All right, let's do some lock picks. What's a 7 to 2?
About 5 ahead.
About 5 ahead.
According to my arithmetic.
About 5 ahead.
I wish I could just discard cards. Be nice. I kind of need a brain test.
I've been saying that for years.
I can investigate on my brain test, though, so that's interesting.
What are the chances? No, you don't. You don't. You don't. You don't.
So you're saying there's a chance. I'll be able to come help you with some clues next round if I don't get dunkarood.
Very nice.
Like if you can't clear them all this time.
Oh, I can. It's just a matter of... It's just a matter of risk. I'm going to be so unrisky, but I honestly, the math says no on this. I'm going to play lockpicks into deduction. See, because think about this, right? Let's work this out. I'm taking an 11 test here. This takes it to a 13. It's like overkill to the max. Mm-hmm. If I throw this on a standard magnifying glass test, it goes to a 7 to a 2. I've got to succeed by 2 or more to get the extra clues. I could pay 1 to make it a 9 to a 2. And then I'm testing a 9 to a 2 for deduction, and then an 11 to a 2 for the last clue with lockpicks. As it is now, it'd be a 13 to a 2, and then a 5 to a 2 for the last clue. But you got to succeed by 2 or more.
The one reason I like that play is that on the lockpicks play, all of your eggs are in a basket.
I do. Yeah, I agree.
So, and the odds on both are really good.
Yeah.
So, like, I would rather risk getting only 1 clue from this test instead of losing your lockpicks and not getting the second clue.
I'm with it. I agree.
That would be brutal.
Let's do deduction.
Uh-huh.
Actually, we'll initiate and investigate.
Oh, I like it. Let's get technical.
I'm going to pay 1 to spend a resource to get +2 for higher education.
Okay.
Then I'm going to commit a card, which is deduction, but I can't do that in the other order because then I wouldn't have 5 cards in there.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
You know?
Big brain time.
Big brain time. And here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coming at it.
-3.
So 6 to 2 is 2 ahead. It's 4 ahead time again. 3 clues.
What makes that 3?
Deduction is 2 extra.
Hot diggity dang, the value.
That's where I spent my XP. That's why I don't save. Look at how much victory we're getting.
To be fair though, the clue gatherer, if the XP means you're better at gathering clues, that likely means you gain more XP.
Right.
My XP makes me better at killing things.
They have victory on them.
Rarely. And the other thing is, it's like there's very scary things at some point, and by the time that hits, I really need to have stuff going. But like right now, the XP of scarier stuff to swing with would have done nothing so far.
True. So
but
far.
It's literally paying out with, yeah.
Always need clues, right? All right, here we go, lockpicks. Big test.
Uh-oh.
Frosty.
It's getting cold in here.
Frosty. Oh, no.
Auto fail.
Oh,
See,
no.
can you imagine if you banked all in that one test, though?
That's why it's really about the brain.
It's really about the brain.
Last test.
Well, that's interesting.
Let's just do a 5 to a 2. I'm okay with it. Let's do a 5 to a 2.
Yeah, that's a fine test.
-1. Success. Hiking boot's gonna fire.
Monterey, you're doing quite the fine job.
Clues on my clues.
Those boots were made for hiking.
He's coming up the mountainside. After it's revealed, if it's level 0, place clues on it. Otherwise, after you move from a location below it, place 1 clue on it.
Wow. Windswept path. That's a great...
Windswept path is phenomenal. This is exactly what we need.
Dude, you know, interestingly, if I can get there, I have a scene of the crime that I'd like to get out of my hand.
Okay.
Move, snipe.
I'm going to tell you, man, what I think you should do is get these 2 clues. I mean, it's driving me crazy.
Well, I can go back and get them while we're here. As long as we don't get bad things. Money and a card.
I'm sure everything's going to be fine. All right, I moved 1 away, so Monterey's going to fire for 1 money. End of the round, I'm going to draw a card. It is an arm injury.
Holy
Gain 1 money.
smokeries.
Got that arm injury, but I think this is the last one to worry about.
All right, bad cards. Mine first.
Yeah.
Attach my location. -1, -1, -1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not going to matter.
Do mine.
Uh-oh. A constricting elder thing. Monterey is constricted. Hunter. Health is currently equal to 3. While constricting elder thing is engaged with you, you cannot move to locations above your location. We've got a job for Lily. The old 1-2 punch. You got a 1-2 punch in you?
3 health, you said?
Mm-hmm. Or you can dynamite me. That's up to you. Did you add the doom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, how do you feel about dynamite? That's easy enough.
Do I take 3 damage?
Yeah.
I'm less cool on that one, on that side of it, but can you do 3 otherwise? You dance around the snow with a dragon pole and stuff, and you can't even kill a 3 health. What is this?
Well, hold the phone.
I've been playing deduction. I got 20 clues so far. I'm just waiting on somebody to get to my level.
Someone had to pick up all our junk. Sir? Sir?
Sir,
This here?
it's your Bixby.
Man, oh man. I'm about to go insane. It's just not yet. Can you evade it once?
Oh my gosh. You want me to spend time evading this thing?
Well, technically, if you evade it and leave it, it won't hunt. Then I can move up and nuke it.
That's right. Okay, we can do that.
So I'm gonna play emergency cash.
So Lily finds a secret stash from an expedition that went wrong.
I'm gonna play enchant weapon for 3.
And in that cache, an ancient spell.
Yeah. So it takes up an extra arcane slot, which means it's +1. And I have a reaction now that says when I perform a fight action using it, I can exhaust this card. I add my brain to my physical for the attack, which my brain is a 4, so it'd be an 8, and I deal +1 damage. It's +3 because of the arcane slots, so that now it's doing 3 damage per swing.
It's done.
On that, yeah.
You've done it.
And then third action, we'll move here and take a horror.
Right on. Into the narrow ridge.
Yeah. And then next round, I'll easily be able to dispense with the monster.
Easy. Easy. Okay.
Actually, even better. If you're not there next round, I just toss the dynamite in.
Even better. Even better, dude. All right, first action. Let's go ahead and evade. Oh, wait. I got to heal this arm injury, I think. No, fighter activate, so that doesn't matter. My arms can be injured while I'm running away. That's totally fair. All right, I've got a 6 foot to a 2 stat, so I'm 4 ahead currently.
Not bad. Nailed it.
Bada boom. This elder thing is stuck.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks. Thanks, Mom. Second action, I don't have my lockpicks anymore.
Gotta go the organic route.
And is an activate action. Is hiking boots, this is a reaction, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's an activate, would be an arrow.
That's right. We've decided.
Yeah.
Second action, let's investigate. I think I'm just gonna try to do this one natty. 5 to 3. It's not awesome. It's not awesome. Nothing awesome about that test. 5 to 3 is not great. It's not great.
You got nothing to throw in there? Can't pay anything?
Can't. I've only got 4 cards. I've got it great. I've got this tarot card you need to play. I just need some money.
People saying fast actions don't count. Reactions don't count.
Okay. Arm injury, not a big deal anymore.
She gone.
Oh, let's just do it, man. Second action, let's get this clue. 5 to 3.
I like the faith here.
4 to 3.
Ooh, wow. That's
Cold and evil. Same thing.
Okay.
I think it's still pretty decent. It's a decent bet.
Now, hold on. If you stay there, you'll move for free if you win.
If I win, I'll move for free. That's the key.
Yeah,
that's the big money.
Yeah, I'll take it.
5 to 3. Here we go. -2. Nailed it. -1.
-1.
Nailed it. Got the clue.
I was nervous because when I moved there, it's going to put a clue on it. So I wanted that to happen after you had moved out of it.
Hiking boots fire.
But I had faith, so I didn't want to mention that.
Faith.
That reality to you. Just let you do it,
Strongest
not knowing
force
how
on this
bad it could
planet.
go.
After you move to snow-covered crag from a location below it, exhaust each asset you control. Oh, okay. They're just going to ready immediately. And that'll be me.
Giggity, giggity.
End of my
telling you,
turn,
man, they're
I'm
just
gonna
rewarding
gain-
bad play.
I'm going to gain 1 money, courtesy of Monterey's ability. And then everything's going to ready. There's no hunting to be done because there's no ready enemies.
Card and buck.
Card and a buck.
I'm going to nuke that thing. Dumont.
Demon. Bad card.
Test 3 foot. For each frost token revealed this way, take a damage. If I fail, take 2 damage.
That's classic.
Okay. 3 to 3.
I feel like your numbers are lower than I remember them.
My foot stat's low, but everything else is fine. -2. So I fail, which just means I take 2 damage.
You almost dead there, bro?
Nah, I'll heal. We'll be good. I have this too. If it really
Yeah, you throw the doctor in that one.
they all die. All right, your bad card.
Thanks. Hanging on the edge. Test 3, if you fail, take 2 damage, lose control of expedition asset, and move to the location directly below you. I would rather not fail this. So I'm going to be at a 6,
It would be fine if you failed.
but then the dynamite hits me. I don't want that.
I'm not even gonna use the dynamite. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna dragon pull this thing to the ether.
This thing's getting Dragon Balled.
Why use the dynamite when I can just? I mean, there could be an avalanche, right? It's like a card pops up and says, "Have you used the dynamite?
Yeah, it's true. That's actually very true.
If you have, die."
Die. 6 to a 3. I mean, that's not terrible. But it's wasting time. So I'm gonna put Swift Reflexes in there because any action that it would buy me, I would lose by having to slide down. So I'm at 8 to a 3 now.
I like that.
That accounts for a frost token on top of the -4. Doesn't account for that.
Yep, that's what we in the business call a bum dizzle. All right, it's fine. It's actually totally fine. Doesn't matter.
This is fine.
All right, I'm ready to go. Let's do this thing. Fine. So here's what I'm gonna do.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
I'm just gonna go ahead and move up.
Here, I'll put in.
And puts a clue on that location, which I will eventually get.
Well, I'm there now. I can get it.
Well, I want to go to card.
Oh, you've got the thing. You've got the scene of the crime. Oh, this is perfect. This is designed for this card.
Yeah. So I'm going to use the Dragon Pole fight. I'm going to react here. So it is fighting for 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm going to throw in 4 of these cards.
What?
I need them out of my hand so I can heal this. And then rinse, repeat. These are cards that I just can't play.
Playing a totally different game.
So I'm at 15. Hoping I don't get auto fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, technically, I was 1 away from where I started, right? Oh, no, that was the Mythos. Yeah, that's right. It's fine, dude. It's fine. That's fine, dude. You're not going to pull another one of those. Everything's cool. You
succeeded. So Overpower lets me draw a card. We're doing 3 damage, so he'll disappear.
You would have smoked me, by the way, if you had missed that.
I had nothing but faith. Then my last action, we're going to pay 2 for a scene of the crime.
That's, you just, can you ask for a better, this is going to you. Can you ask for better?
I can't, no.
I mean, I can't, I honestly just can't ask for better.
I'm quite pleased. Move, punch, clue. Got it.
Move, punch, clue. It's an absolute classic. This arm injury's not even getting me down, man.
Don't worry about it. What could go wrong?
First action, let's move. Man, no lockpicks.
Mephisto, the 3 damage, because the Dragon Pole says if I have 2 or more arcane slots filled, it's +1. I have 3, technically. And then Enchant Weapon says add it, and then also this attack does +1 damage.
Oh my gosh, I can boots after scene of the crime.
Look at that. Efficiency.
That's so good. Thank you, Nicholas. It's great. It's so good. After last clue is discovered from your location, exhaust, move to a connecting location. Absolutely. It's so good.
Jim Van Fleet, the card you're looking for is Evidence.
Evidence is great. First action, let's play Death. What?
You moved, so after you move there, you exhaust all your assets.
That's okay. I don't need any of them.
Yeah. But I need to remember that's happening to me.
Fools. Oh yeah, that's true. That could be a bad place to fight.
Well, my Dragon Pole doesn't exhaust to use it.
Does Enchant Weapon? It's an asset, yeah?
This would, yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, first action, Death, 13 +1.
It's like, what are you talking about, Death? Death 13, literally.
Yeah, the tarot card. This is gone, right? I don't ever hold on to clues.
When you move, it goes away, yeah. Oh, I can't play Scene of the Crime as my third action.
Why not?
Play only as your first action.
Oh.
Yeah, so this
changes everything. Yeah. No boots, nothing exhausted, etc., etc., etc.
Sorry about you.
That's
right. So instead of doing that, let's do this. I'm going to use my Sixth Sense to investigate, using my brain instead. So my brain's a 4. And I'm going to add 4 to it. So 8 to 3.
You got cards you just don't care about.
Well, I need to not have more than 2 cards in my hand to heal this. And when I do that, then I can crack this and draw 5. And I want specific stuff.
Are you card negative? I mean, yeah, because you're digging, basically, you're filtering.
Well, and also flipping this back over boosts my stat, but ultimately I'm filtering.
Relevant.
All right, here we go.
-2.
I was ahead by 5. So I get
3,
the clue.
-3, yeah.
And I think you can still trigger on high.
Yeah, we'll still boot on, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. And then over you.
Okay. Everything's exhausted. First action, we play the tarot card like we did. Money in the bank.
The Red Tyrant says, I'm back. They're already almost up the mountain.
That's right. Second, I'll take 6 to 2, I think. I'll take 6 to 2. Somebody falling down the stairs over there?
That's a classic John.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He comes into the stream like Kramer. What is that?
I muted you, John. Yeah, he does.
I'd like to join this video call and open some gifts that somebody has gotten me.
He's like the very talented, not comical version of Kramer.
Not comical?
Like, it's not like, Kramer's kind of like a little goofy.
Yeah.
I don't.
Jonathan's a little goofy.
A little, but like in an inspired kind of way.
Kind of a mad scientist, kind of goofy.
Yeah. He doesn't have the Kramer energy 100%.
No,
but
he doesn't.
If there's
We're
a
all
Venn
very
diagram
thankful
there.
for that. Very, very thankful. Okay, so let's think about min-maxing now versus later.
Those hiking boots really are good here.
It's good. I mean, they're designed for hiking. I mean, this is literally what we're doing, is hiking the summit. So I've got 2 actions. Do I plan for the future or the past? Or the present? Second action, let's get a clue. 6-2. These shroud bites have been very, very pleasant.
Just been a nice breeze up the mountainside. -4.
6-2 minus 4
Still wins.
is success.
Somehow.
That's right, because I'm a seeker at heart. And then last action, I'm going to be smart, okay? Last action, I'm going to draw a card. And it's Lone Wolf. It would be a killer card during this
It would
entire
have been
game.
murderous.
But now it doesn't matter. It's fine.
End of round?
Yep. Everything ready is no enemies.
Money and resource.
Draw a card. Telekalali. Discard an asset you control. Place Tekeli Lee Weakness Madness on the bottom of the deck. Discard an asset I control.
Shame you can't discard that weakness.
That's really annoying. I'm going to have to think about that. It's not the doctor.
It's got to be the magnifying glass.
I don't need the hiking boots, right? It's just one more step.
My man.
They're gone.
Big brain time.
They're gone. They took my boots from me at the summit. That's pretty cool, actually.
They frosted right off.
But that's really a bummer because the whole reason of drawing cards that turn was to get to 5 for higher education. And since it's a weakness, it goes away, and I'm still only at 4, which means if a treachery card comes down the pipe, it could be a problematic thing. Yeah, I need to add one money too.
One more doom before we advance. Bad cards. Snowfall. Place 2 clues on your location.
They're just daring us to do it.
I'm going to get those clues.
Can you get them?
Yeah. It is the scene of the crime.
Blasphemous Visions. Shuffle the top card of Telekalili deck into your deck without looking at it, then put Blasphemous into your threat area.
Actually, instead of doing this clue thing, I don't like that. I'm going to play Ward of Protection. Just cancel it and take a horror.
Great. You got another one?
No, it's only when I draw it, when it's not the non-advanced one.
Right on. All right, shuffle the top card of the Tekeli. Oh, I'm not supposed to look at it. I didn't really look at it. Red Tyrant, I actually don't get any more cards for Jack's ability because I actually moved here on Zach's turn.
Yeah.
And it's tracking if I've moved one or more at the start of my turn, which at that point I was there. So it's not quite as good. Shuffle this in, then put this in, and now I will resolve the effects of each of those weaknesses an additional time every time I draw them.
While it's in play.
Yeah, and I can test 3 brain to get rid of it.
Won't matter.
It won't matter.
Let's
right?
just win this thing.
It won't matter. Yeah, it won't matter.
Okay.
What's up, William Donahue? Just dropping in. Love the Arkham streams. Got the Forgotten Age because of your stream of it. Love this game.
That's awesome, William. Thanks for saying something. Really appreciate it. Happy to have you here. Jason says, hello from London. Who's Fred?
Welcome
who's
to
Sam?
London, fam. Politics got him in abundance, fam.
I don't know.
Just spin off on a quick verse.
I would guess we're more like Mary and Pippin than we are Sam and Frodo, honestly. If I had to guess.
Colin in the chat, look at that. Checking in.
Obsidian. Steven rocking those copper sleeves. Yeah, it's part of your brand now.
This is gold. I think these are actually golds. They're more expensive,
Ooh.
given the nature of gold.
Just because it's more rare, I guess.
Honestly,
Etc.
these actually do get quite a bit grosser than the Mads.
They're like bread.
But you see what happens here?
Yeah, man, it's weird.
I think it's because there was something in that clear boulder.
Dinging them up.
Yeah. In fact, I think what it actually may have been, I think the back of this prototype, you see this? You think that's what it was? Has those
Oh, you had
because
it
we
in
didn't
the
have the
box.
felt
Yeah,
on it.
Yeah, that may have been it. You'd be really funny.
It's like got to be the easiest thing in the world to mark these sleeves, though, right?
Yeah, definitely. How about I just throw 2 pieces of dynamite up towards you and kill you on? Because it'd be funny.
Into the stream.
Or move to your location and then just blow both of us up. A little Bonnie and Clyde at the end of the mountain. Whee! So here's what I'm thinking. I feel like you deserve to crest the mountain first. So I want to move to your location.
I don't have the boots anymore, so like
But I can move, grab a clue.
Okay. Wait, is that the end of the game? We think that's over?
I think it's going to be in this scenario, yeah. Because it's just this
way.
one...
if that's the
act.
case, then I'm going to go get those clues.
After this turn, this hits, and I have a feeling that big bad scary thing's coming out.
Do you think it's going to sled us down, or is it going to start at the summit and
But
come down?
On some level, it's kind of
could be victory.
Because it could be victory, yeah. Yeah, and I'm kind of prepared to murder things.
And you've got dynamite, too. Or maybe I take the dynamite, you start dragon poling, and then I have an option to kill as well. Also known as a kill option.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can just nuke everything, though.
The world.
Give him my thing. So here, I'll just move up. I'll let you make your decision. All my assets get exhausted, so that's all fine.
You're just going to have to spend so much time turning those back over.
I know, it's crazy. And then...
What's up, Jimmy Dean? I love your sausage. Just popped in. Usually watch the dead CCG stuff. What are you guys playing? Yep. Community just got your Arkham Horror, the living card game. Sadly, very much alive, so you might not like it as much.
I'm going to use Amy Kinsler to investigate out of 5.
Nice.
2, ahead by 3.
Nice. You got this. You got this.
See it?
Yeah.
And then I can look at the top card of any investigator's deck or the encounter deck, and I may discard that card.
Yeah, that's a good question. Your options, I think, are make sure I don't draw one of those weaknesses, or make sure we don't draw one of those all the bad cards over there.
What do you think has more value?
In terms of any cards that could completely sideline us, it's probably coming from the main encounter deck.
All right, let's do it.
What do you think?
I think, well, your footstat's fine.
My footstep, but you're going to take that. That's your card.
It attaches the location.
Mm.
It's the through the ice. So to leave it, you have to test 2 foot. If you fail, cancel the move, take a damage in horror, and discard this.
What if you don't fail? Do you discard it?
It stays there. But that's going to be a problem for me to
how are you
leave the
going to get to the summit? Yeah,
so I don't want to be stuck. I'm just going to
The problem, you know, any of your stats that need to be tested are low. Have you noticed that?
Well, I'm fine on brain because I'm at 4, and fight is 4.
I was just an observation.
Foot and book stats are
Given
not
that I was on like 6 and 7 foot and like 5 and 6.
You have to take a brain test. You may as well toss in the towel, though. Just saying, old Monterey he's really not the big brain type, you know?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Luckily, this is a very physical game.
As the last action of my turn, I will...
Oh, yeah, Amy's got to exhaust to use.
I just did it.
But you exhausted everything to get up there.
Oh, so I can't use that at all.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, hold on. Put it back. Don't mind me.
Yeah, Nyax has got us covered.
So then I can't do that much.
And you don't even get to see that card either.
I put it back.
Yeah, we won't even think that is. They just forget that it even exists. What card was it?
I don't know.
Yeah. What even is a card? What is an encounter card?
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, it's just totally out of sight, out of mind. Man, I can't really do anything.
Sounds like you need to go down there and get those 2 clues.
I can do that.
Can you get both of them for real?
Yeah, as long as you can finish this thing off. But
well,
the big monster is going to come out of the top, and then you're going to need me.
We don't know. It could come out of the bottom and chase us up.
Yeah, but the lore was saying it's in the peaks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have a feeling.
That's a little bit scarier for sure.
And then every time you move up, you got to do all this stuff again.
Yeah. Which is really only one bad one, and just get the horror. And then when I start playing, I drop one, I put one on, I take it off, you know.
This one is going to make it right. Don't get the victory from it if we have a clue on it.
We're not going to. Well, I have to pull it off on my way back up. We'll just see where it goes. Let's just see what happens. Let's stay together.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to move
Shuffle the encounter deck? Oh, yeah, we can shuffle that, sure. Shuffle.
That's a fine thing to do. I'm gonna break this. We're gonna heal, or take a horror, heal 3 physical. And then gain a money.
Wow, gain of money. I haven't heard that action in Arkham in a few years.
Well, I don't want cards. Weirdly.
All right. Let's do first action 6-2 on the investigate here. The old-fashioned way.
It's payback for last stream.
That's my third toss.
I was hitting a bunch of stars.
Yeah.
It's a little yin-yang situation.
Second action, let's do a 6-2 investigate.
Yeah, just keep slapping that. Now we're talking. Hey, I might get to find the place scene of the crime next round. That'd be cool.
What does it do?
Get a clue. First action.
Oh. Yeah.
And then you can... Oh, you don't have your boots. Never mind.
I'm doing it, man. I'm going to do this.
What is it?
I'm going to use the doctor. I'm going to heal the arm injury. And then I'm going to heal 1 from me.
Just in case things go weird?
Yes. Because I don't want to have to only be... I can't just, like, fight once, maybe. And I might have to take some dynamite to the face. So, like, I'm going to kind of heal myself up as well.
I'm with you. I did the same thing.
Yeah. Notice how my assets have kind of lost over time, you know?
I mean, you're going up the mountain. Meanwhile, I'm over here collecting stuff.
Going up the mountain.
Just building.
No enemies for enemy things. Draw a card. Gain a money. And Dumont, before you do that, I'm going to hit the old bathroom.
We're advancing. All right. Question,
ready, you know.
question answer time.
Question, Q&A.
Let's rattle them off. I'll give you the answers. Red Tyrant, do we have the equivalent of bad air horn for when we pull the tentacle? I think it's just Steven's face. Mephisto is saying 6 cents can be used exhausted. Well, that's just peachy. Should have done that instead of getting the buck, but that's fine. Water Lily asking how I like to play Lily. I'm having a really good time. When I get that Cyclopean hammer out, that's going to be super cool. But I really like these Dragon Poles, honestly. With the enchant weapon, being able to swing for 3 once a round, and then 2 every swing after that's pretty cool. Ancient Slumber, favorite food. Big fan of breakfast as a category. Growing up, biscuits and gravy was really big on my list. If you've never had those, it's white gravy, not brown gravy. If you're not from anywhere that's a normal thing. That's pretty high on my list. I like waffles as well. Lots of breakfast, honestly, just breakfast across the store. PMK, guys, getting those early clues. I think that's kind of what we're doing, deciding not to try to get all the clues in advance this round. Conkas, how you bought a hammer? It's next on the list. That's literally the next thing I'm buying. No, I won't tell Steven.
Do what?
Yeah.
Won't tell me what?
Yeah.
I was looking in the mirror. I'm getting a haircut on Thursday.
You've been saying that for weeks.
I know. It took me so long. If there's any hair professionals out there or barbers, I suppose that would be a hair professional of a kind. They have a certain language. You probably never dealt with it because your hair is either growing out or cut. Well, no, you had short hair for a time.
There was a 4 or 5 year period there where I was.
Do you remember what it was called? Because I've seen like undercut, fade, flip up, all this kind of stuff.
Well, what was it called?
Your hairstyle,
No.
Yeah. See, that's what I don't know. You go in and it's like, what do you want?
You usually should bring a picture.
Yeah. But there's no pictures of well.
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah. Do a Google search for like thin hair.
You could do a reverse image lookup of
man
a picture of
going
yourself.
bald.
And then it would bring up a bunch of pictures of people that look like you. And then you find people with your hair situation. And then, wha-boom.
It's freaking genius. Yeah, and then wha-boom.
This is why I get paid the big bucks. The idea is just like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Doom on. We're advancing the agenda. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. You see that old picture of Brendan in the Discord? Did you see that?
Have you seen him without the blonde hair? It's really weird.
Yeah, it's worse, strictly. But you see him with the when he was like a buff rugby man?
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
He kind of had a Bravo thing going on, too.
He had a different kind of look back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mountainside splits and erupts with snow. A storm of jagged ice bursts forth from the womb of the mountain. Behind it, the beast emerges, a whirlwind of mist, haunting alien shapes, hideous effluvia. It sets its terrible gaze on your party and reaches for you with the tendril of miasma. Put the set-aside Terror of the Stars enemy into play at the highest level location with one or more investigators. Each investigator at that location loses control of all expedition assets and places them at their location. It's okay. At least they're with us.
It's a 9, and that's a 9 health baddie.
Read scenario interlude. Tragedy strikes in the campaign guide.
Oh, and it's massive too. We can blow this thing right up.
3 health? That's not even trying.
It's 9. You add 6.
Oh. Yeah, it'll take a little more
Fight
effort.
stat is a 4.
Find each surviving expedition member, including those currently under an investigator's control, who do not have a check mark drawn next to the name in the expedition team section of the campaign log.
What's a check mark about?
I think it's in the campaign log you check when they've died.
Yes, and when you die, you don't cross them out. Or did we check on them and we're supposed to put a check mark next to them? Get it? It'd be like a literal check mark.
There's no check marks.
Case closed. There's no check marks in the empty campaign log.
No, in the log, there's not a spot for check marks, you know?
Well, they can go where text lives is kind of the beauty of them. You can just...
Red Tyrant saying check mark is something we haven't encountered yet.
Okay, great. How do people do this without chat, without hundreds of people?
And then, so we're basically all of the things.
I'm glad I used... How smart was that?
It was genius. Where are the rest
Tell me
of
more
them?
about me.
And my brilliance.
My brilliance. What do you need?
The other people that aren't dead.
Yeah. So Cookie and William are dead, yeah? Okay, and then here's... Are they coming at us? What are we doing with them?
We're randomly picking one.
Also of the ones that we had.
Yeah.
Where are those?
Right here. So just leave them.
Oh, man. I hope it's not the doctor. Choose one.
Dean saying, we follow the text exactly and don't assume something is supposed to mean something else.
That's right.
Avery Claypool.
Fine.
He is our guide. It all happens in the blink of an eye. You have only enough time to scream your companion's name before they are seized. Its many shifting shapes coil around their body. They struggle to escape, but it's hopeless. Even the victim is James Cookie Fredericks.
Dude, this is a great dude. Why have we not been using this thing?
Don't know.
That's an incredible ability.
Without a moment of consideration, it shoves its tendrils into its victim's body and yanks them apart like a piece of uncooked meat. A spray of blood stains the snow crimson.
Ugh!
It drops what remains of your companion unceremoniously onto the ground and turns its attention to you.
That's disgusting.
In the expedition team section of the campaign log, cross off the chosen character's name. If they were in play, they are defeated and removed from the game.
Who wrote this? Disgusting.
And I think we get our characters back, by the way.
Oh, okay. Avery Claypool. Dead. You know what? One thing I will not be doing is checking on Avery.
He dead. Agenda 2A. The once flurrying snow has become a tempest of wind and heavy snowfall. If you don't make it across the peak soon, you'll be forced to take shelter or spend the rest of eternity as a frozen corpse along the mountainside. After you move to a location, return all your clues to the pool. 8 doom. We advance.
Okay, so we've got so much time to go get those clues.
I believe.
Kill the Terror of the Stars.
Let's read this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Its attack stat is equal to the level.
4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And that's easy.
And then at the end of the round, move all investigators below it. So it's going to keep dragging us down the mountain.
Yeah, and it's going to hunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we kill it?
I mean,
Yes.
I'm tempted to pick up the dynamite.
I feel like that's what I should be doing.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you pick up the dynamite and move here, he'll hunt 1. You can lob some dynamite to hit him for 3 next round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and punch him for 3 now.
You gotta do 9.
And I'm going to move back here. So then he's going to hunt here. He takes 3 from me now, 3 from you on the dynamite. I'll move back in, slice him for 3. He's out of here. Meanwhile, you're halfway home, and you go get the clues.
If we move here, we take an attack of opportunity.
Do
right?
we?
Yeah, because he's massive. He's considered engaged with all investigators, right?
I thought he just attacks everyone there. I thought you could move past stuff like that.
Can you move past him?
I didn't think he a attack of opportunity to you.
Well, what's he doing? Just standing around? Just allow you to move right through him? Just
Don't know.
walk around the mountain unhindered?
Chris says if you pick up the dynamite, you get hit.
Yeah, so anything that's not a fight or evade here. Same second
we
verse.
also get bad cards.
Oh, right.
So start with me. Hypothermia. Test 3 brain.
That seems fine. I'm glad you got that one.
If the level of your location is 4 or 5, reveal 1 additional chaos token for this test.
It is that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a 3 brain. And we're gonna put 2 in, so I'm ahead by 2.
Can you put 2 enchant weapons on your dragon pole?
No. Limit 1 per asset. First token. So now 2 tokens left. -1. I'm still winning.
And if you reveal another snow token, is it canceled?
Auto fail.
-4.
Minus a bunch. So I fail. Either add a frost token to the chaos bag or take a horror for each point you failed by. So I failed by 3. I can take 3 horror and die. I can put some on Amy Kendley. Actually, no, I have a better thing to do. I will take 3 horror, which will kill me. Except for, I'm going to use the Talisman of Protection to prevent 2 of it, because it would kill me.
Ah. Bada bing, bada boom. It's like it's built for it. What's it say?
Discard Talisman of Protection, cancel up to 2 of that damage at horror, if it would kill me.
Does that screw up your do 3 damage to the monster plan?
No. So now I'm just +2 organically. I still have 2, so I'm still +1 damage. I'll add. My stat's going to be really good.
Okay.
So that's totally fine.
Okay. Way to go. The talisman worked. Good plan.
This is for you.
Good plan, buddy. Ooh, another blasphemous visions. Oh no.
Who knew?
Oh no. Well,
He will attack of opportunity if you do anything other than fight or evade.
I say we roughly. I've kind of made my bed with you Telekeli weaknesses here. So I've definitely got 2 in. And
I have 2 or 3 in.
any draws are going to fire 3 times.
Oh, because those things.
Yeah,
we need to get out of here.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting.
You think you can evade this guy, grab the dynamite, and move 1?
Does Bobby Hillo have the Dillo or what?
I hope so.
Is it possible that works? It is possible.
Also, is round including the enemy, or is the enemy at the end of the round?
The end of the round is after we draw cards and gain money.
Cool.
All right, Avery's dead, right?
Yeah,
Sorry. R.I.P. We'll erect a statue for you. Okay. Let's think about this.
We don't need to clear the clues to move down the mountain.
Yeah, we got to go up. We can move up to the summit there.
Because if you can't evade, grab the dynamite, and move. My thing will be punch for 3, punch for 2, move.
Mm-hmm.
Or punch for 3, move, really. Then next round you can dynamite him and make your way down the mountain. And I'll move up and defeat him.
Yeah. Of course, this is going to be a pain. Putting clues on there. You know.
Yeah. But I'll at least snipe one with Scene of the Crime.
That's true. True story. All right, we need to kill this guy. No messing around.
Now, alternatively, I could probably punch for 3, punch for 2, punch for 2.
7 in.
If I don't miss.
Then I can evade, grab the dynamite, blow us up. 3 damage apiece. Take the big thing off with us.
You're going to see how much damage I can do?
Keep moving down the mountain, you know? Well, you're kind of stacked up on sanity here a little bit, and it's not good. And then if you hit the gas mask, the other thing's going to kill you again.
I mean, luckily I have Kinsler with 4.
Yeah.
If I really need it.
Can I see that dynamite card? What is it?
So,
I guess I'll help myself. Spend 1 supply, exhaust. Choose either your location or can I deal 3 to everybody there. So I can do that twice?
Actually, yeah. If you end up with it 1 down the mountain, you just need to fire it twice.
I don't really want to do 3 to you.
But that's what I was saying. If you evade it to grab the item and move, then I can punch for 3 and move, and then you can finish him off.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the safest bet.
Or, instead of finishing him off, as long as you do it once, I can swing for 3 this turn and swing for 3 next turn with really high odds of hitting. So then you don't have to waste time next turn. You can technically go back and get this if you really want it.
I like the go down the mountain a little bit plan.
Yeah, I mean, we have 8 turns.
Yeah.
And I think once we remove the big enemy, we've seen how not threatening this is.
Until I draw like a triple.
Yeah.
Talikale.
You can always clear those on your way down.
I can't. I really can't. It's a 3 brain test.
Oh, you're not the brain guy. Yeah.
So I like starting with evade. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Because if you don't evade him, you could at least do. If you can do 2 damage, I might be able to take him out this turn. Like if the evasion fails.
Well, okay. So what does damage actually look like? Okay. There are cards in here that will allow me to do weird things. Can you take 3 damage from dynamite?
Absolutely.
What are the odds on your 2 test?
Like
a 2 damage test? Your second, your non-enchant weapon.
I'll be ahead by 3.
All right, let's start with an evasion. Put it on the line here. I'm going to contribute. Let's see. I'm currently at a 5. It's at a 4. I'm going to go to 8. 8 to 4. Is that acceptable?
Yeah. The only way, there's 2 ways to fail. A -1 into a -4, or the auto fail. But
or
that's
a
not
-1 into a
high.
-1, right?
Well, that's always.
And in fact, I may actually. Maybe we should just kill this guy right now. No. All right, hold on a second. Evade. And if we get to the summit, we win.
I think, well, we have to resign. I think we have to clear the clues off the summit. We're defeating this guy.
We got to kill this guy, right?
That's 1 point, man.
We got to kill this guy.
I think we have time to defeat him and get these clues.
She's got 2 on 2. And I can heal us for 2 here. So the dynamite we don't have to worry too much about. We can dynamite ourselves.
Yeah. I still think if you're going to get the dynamite, moving down 1 after evading is like you evade, you don't take the damage from getting the dynamite, and you don't take the damage from moving. And then I punch, move, and we're just in such a great position at that point.
All right, I'm going to play it differently here. I'm going to go +3 that way. Give myself an out. So 8 to 4.
Okay. Just nail it. And if you don't evade them, it's just go time. Nailed it.
Lysix saying, don't know if this is relevant. I recently learned there's a store that's selling the Parallel Investigators and their little challenge scenarios. Yeah, that's old Christian T. Peterson. None other than. You know he's selling those now. Yeah, at Game Center.
Interesting.
He's printing up I don't know, he's got some kind of a deal with the folks at FFG. I don't know how he got his
name.
name.
It makes sense. He has the on-demand facility.
Brett McCoy just catching some Arkham. Nice. Got into this game with the new expansion. This is now my 3rd sub after subscribing to Fab and then Marvel. I think I have a problem. You got a problem, we got a solution, Brett.
That's really appreciate that. We wouldn't be able to do anything we do without all our subscribers. So kudos to you.
Amazing. Amazing stuff. Love it every time. Second action. Grab the dynamite.
Yeah, I like it.
Now check this out. Yeah. Move. Check this out. Okay. Now, I'm just going to tell you, if you can do 7, we can have this thing off the board right now.
Let's start with the 3. Start with the 3. So I'm at 4 physical plus my brain of 3 is 7 plus these 2. I'm at 9. It stats of 4, so I'm ahead by 5.
Mm-hmm. You have to kneel enchant weapon early. It's not like one of those after it's successful you get to
Whenever you perform.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, better than this before I do this. First action, I'm not going to do 7. I have a good reason.
Better be real good.
Well, I can see the crime to get both clues immediately.
Mm.
And then I can draw 5 cards.
Those are pretty good reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Now, keep in mind, too, at the end of the round, this thing's going to stand up. It's not going to engage you because it's massive. And then it's going to move you down. And so we're going to start the next turn together here with it still here.
Without me having to waste time on moving.
That's right.
That's actually even better.
Yeah.
So scene of the crime.
Dude, Water Lily Joy was in that.
Pay 2. Get 2 clues because there's an enemy at my location.
Oh, it is just from below. Right on. So Windswept Plain stays. Chris, how did that come? Yeah.
Then second action, we'll swing the weapon. I'm ahead by 5.
Mm-hmm.
3 damage.
Very good. That's true, George saying basically I could just stay there and do anything else.
Third action.
I'll just take the ability, that's fine.
I'll break this discipline, drop to 5.
Right on. Am I gonna get money here? I'm scared of drawing cards. I'm gonna get money with Monterey's ability.
Somehow did not hit a weakness. That's a miracle.
That is a miracle. Okay, then we go to the end of our rounds. No enemies doing anything. Terror of the Stars are gonna stand up. Then we're going to draw cards and gain resources. Clear so far. And then at the end of the round, we get kicked.
Okay.
And then we go to the bad stuff.
So the round is ended?
Round is ended.
All right. I didn't take damage, so we will fix you. Demon, bad card. Glimpse the Unspeakable. I draw this and resolve it.
I'm glad, dude. If I had gotten that, it would have wrecked me.
I take a horror.
Put it on the dock.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it time?
If there's a direct horror card that comes up,
yeah, you don't want to.
Don't like that. Oh, this card. And then
Shuffle it back in.
Goes into my deck.
It's not looking great in that deck. You're also on the no draw plan, aren't you?
A little bit.
All right. Make sure it's not Rise of the Elder Things. Find the topmost Elder Thing in the discard pile and spawn it engage with you.
What happens if there's not one?
There is that constricting guy.
Now, hold on. Let me make sure I didn't draw a cancel. Okay. Yeah, constricting Elder Thing. Okay, I'll take care of him for you.
Each Elder Thing gets +1/+1 until the end of the round. He's a +1 fight, +1 evade. So a 4 fight, 3 evade. Further into the round. Great. Okay, we did it. Now it's us. Has 3 hit points.
I can easily kill it, but I kind of need to go You want to use 2 dynamites on the guy up top?
I can only use 1 a turn.
There's an element of me that wants to nuke it, move up, punch the guy for 3, and take 3 from the dynamite.
So, like, what I could do is I could evade here, dynamite here, and then do anything else.
Start moving down the mountain.
Yeah, maybe move 1 down.
Then I can murder here, move up, murder here.
Can you murder here? This is a 3.
Yeah.
You can just leave it, too. It's just going to be exhausted, and it'll stay there and ready.
But then you're going to have to come back up and out.
I will have to do that.
So I think I'll just clear the board.
Okay. Let's start. Constricting elder thing, it's a 2. Plus 1 is a 3. I'm currently a 5. Yeah, are you just going to kill it, though?
Yeah.
If you're just going to kill it, then I say let's not waste the evasion on it.
Kill it, I'll move, punch the thing, and then I'll take the dynamite blast.
Yeah.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
I might dynamite, move up, and heal you for 2 as a show of faith.
Now, you need to get these clues, though, right?
It's getting less exciting.
I mean,
as the game winds down.
The thing to me that's interesting is we're going to clear the board, and then we have 7 turns.
All right. I get it.
It's a little greedy, but I'm feeling a little greedy. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go first. I'm going to play as a fast action this Talisman of Protection.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah. Then as my second action, that's fast action. My first action, we're going to play a Spectral Razor.
That's exactly what it's there for.
Yeah. Not a lead enemy. I'm going to engage it so he isn't around you. I add my brain to my fight for this. This is back up to +3. So I'm coming in for...
So just don't think about the ways that this could go wrong or right. Let's just, we just got to play it out.
So I'm coming in for 11, and he's at 4 attack. So
play it out.
He's dead.
Fine.
Yeah, he's dead.
Totally fine. Great. Good news.
And then next action.
Hold on a second.
What's up?
What if we did it like this? What if we did it like this?
I don't know what's going on, but I'm excited about it.
I'm going to pay 2 for Swift Reflexes. Immediately take an action as if it were your turn. I'm going to use the dynamite. Bada boom, bada boom.
You already used the dynamite.
I just did it.
3 damage.
My Swift Reflexes recognized that you had just removed the enemy from me.
All right. So I'll take my next action and move to here. Oh, I have to exhaust each asset to use it. Hold on. That's more challenging. I might just move down 1.
Okay.
And then you can go scurrying.
Like then, keep moving down?
Yeah, and then he'll move, and then next round, this is a way better location for me.
This is actually a really fascinating little problem.
Yeah, so it's fine. I can put a clue there, and then I'll be able to clear it.
Okay.
I think that's totally fine.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my action move here so I don't get punched. Then you just get on down.
Yeah, and then I'll be using the dynamite as well as we go.
Oh, interesting. Hold on. This might work. So Dragon Pole doesn't exhaust to use it. Enchant Weapon is not an asset. So I can still move up and punch for 3.
Oh, yeah, do that.
So move up.
Second
I'll
action
all
move,
my assets. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Third action is use the Dragon Pole, doing this. So it's coming in for 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 4. I'm at 11. Only one way to fail.
If it happens too, it's not great.
It's fine.
Ah, it's cold up there on the mountain. Ah, it's cold up there. Oh, it's fine. Come on.
Manja. He's gone. Put him in the victory pile.
Yeah, there's your Terror of the Stars right there.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Dead.
All right.
I'm right here. Just remember that he's dead.
He's dead. That was my turn. That's all I can do.
That's a good turn.
Thank you.
Here, put this in the bag too.
What were you saying about my stats earlier?
They're fine.
Nicholas, you can use an activate action on an exhausted asset as long as the asset doesn't require you to exhaust to use it. And I get to move to the summit and see what's going on. Looks like I will crest this mountain first.
This is where I die.
Why do you say that? You've got so much health.
Just have a feeling.
I don't even know what weaknesses could possibly triple hit you to kill you.
All right, so if I move down and then I get an enemy, how does that work?
I come
Evade
save
it and
you.
move?
Yeah, that's exactly what you do.
All right, so let's just move.
We're like,
1, 2, 3.
yeah, I like the Moxie.
Into Monterey, Jack. I'm
He's
going
like-
to draw and gain a money.
If you have those dogs out, it'd be so cool.
I might have not sooner than we think.
There it is. After you being like, they give us scenarios that can't utilize the dogs. All right, everything ready?
Everything ready. We draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Gain a resource.
Oh, come on now. Dumon. Bad cards. Ice Shaft. Test 3 for each frost token. Take a damage. Let's just cancel it with a word of protection.
Oh, you're wasting that on that?
I guess I'd take a horror. I'm not going to waste it.
Yeah.
Because it's 3
It's just
split.
damage, right? What's damage anyway? You got 7 to spare.
That's the main thing. I thought it was sanity. So 3/3. -1. I fail. I take 2 damage.
Oh, man, but you were close to not failing there.
Very close, yeah.
My bad card is Nightmarish Vapors. I must either lose 2 actions or shuffle the top 2 cards of the Kelly lead deck into your deck. I'm going to lose 2 actions.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Okay. Over to us.
Yep.
See, I told you we had nothing to worry about. Easy mode.
I'm just going to get a clue.
Yeah.
Or try to.
Yeah. I agree with your plan.
He's got 2 actions. He's going to, or 1 action. He's going to use 1. Try to get a clue. I think I'm still fine. 4,
-3.
5, 6, -3. Still good. 1 clue up. Over to you. And do I even? Oh yeah, it's the victories. It's the big. We're there for the
that's
XP.
why we're here.
I see.
So, do you think it's worth grabbing? I'm going to grab these assets.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm going to use 2 actions to grab 2.
Take him to the summit.
And then I'm going to go check out
Oh,
the
dude,
top
this
of
could
the
be bad up here too, though. You gotta watch out.
The summit. Clues on the summit can only be discovered by investigating. Force, when the summit is revealed, add a frost token to the bag.
Oh, come on.
Action resign. Add each expedition asset you control to the victory display. Return all of your clues to the token pool.
That's what I'm saying.
We weren't wrong.
Do you have to resign with clues? It's got to be gone.
Get to the top of the mountain. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance.
We don't have to get the clues off of there.
But there's victory 1.
Oh.
There it is.
Okay.
Really, I think if we were any Lord of the Rings characters, it would absolutely have to be dwarves.
Yeah, we're probably dwarves.
Or some shiny XP. We have. It's just like can't resist it.
We're probably dwarves.
All right. End of the round.
No enemies.
Yep.
Draw a card. Hope it's not a weakness. It's not. Great. And then gain 1 money. Go into 6.
Demon.
Demon.
Bad cards. Hypothermia. Test 3 brain. If the level of your location is 4 or 5, reveal 1 additional cast.
Oh, it's a bad one. You got the talisman though.
Well, I also got brains for days.
Oh, you got the cancel too, huh?
4.
You
Yeah.
got the ward.
I think I just don't risk it.
Don't risk it unless there is a biscuit.
Use the ward. I'll take
Ooh, you do.
1.
You take a horror anyway, right?
But it's 1 horror for each point I fail by.
What does talisman say?
When I would take damage or horror that would kill me, I can cancel 2 of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be a death moment there.
So I think it's fine.
Avalanche.
You're at the bottom of the mountain.
If the level did, if you did not move by this effect, gain surge. So it only triggers 1 to 4. So, okay, then test X. X is the level of your location. If you did not move by this effect. Okay, if the level of your location is 1 to 4, it is not.
Give me my abacus.
Move the location directly below you. Then implies that I would have to have moved, so I don't move, so I gain surge. Antarctic wind attached to the nearest location. Investigators cannot play or draw cards. At the end of the round, discard it. That's fine. I'll just investigate and move. Done.
Okay. Over to us.
I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
First order of business, let's try to investigate.
Can't seem to climb the summit.
Success.
All right, we did it.
Second order of business. White bluff. We're going to test 1 + 1 is 2. So I'm a 5 to a 2 on that ability.
Monterey's climbing that mountain.
Let's go. Okay, if I fail, I just have to waste an action, basically. So I'll do that. 5 to a 2.
That's your second action?
Yeah. Okay. Failed. Drop the dynamite. And then third action, we're just going to pick up that dynamite again, I reckon. Actually, third action, I'm going to play a sled dog. It's going to be some soak. I can always grab that in a second.
All right, great. Okay. My turn. We use 6 cents. Using brain instead of book.
End of the turn also, I will grab any money.
4 to 3. Let's put in a gut. To be at 6 to 3.
You're just going to work hard for these, aren't you?
Well, you know. May as well while I'm here.
Wow.
Get a clue? I think technically these disappeared.
Yeah.
And then guts lets me draw.
These did too, didn't they?
And then, I don't know. It's not even worth it.
Grant McCoy asking, is the Lord of the Rings LCG something you guys might offer a sub on? I know the game's been out a while, but it looks like Fantasy Flight is rebooting it. Just curious on your thoughts. So the issue with that one for us on the subs is that we actually don't know what their plans are at all. So because we have no idea what they're actually going to do, what they're going to release, if it's going to be in any kind of a normal cadence, or are they going to pop one out every 2 years? We don't know those ideas yet, so we're not ready to jump into a full subscription not knowing what you're subscribing to, ultimately.
I'm going to use the sledge action. Look at the top 6 cards in my deck for 3 non-weakness items or supplies.
You just want to see how many telekellies are on there? Not looking great, huh? Andrew Rogers, what's up? Afternoon all. Got dunked on in my solo run of the scenario. I can't wait to see how Lily and Jack fare.
I'm going to attach my Holy Rosary.
Okay, that seems very appropriate, actually, at this very moment.
There's a lot of weaknesses in here.
Hey, at least I pulled out the Blasphemous Visions.
I would kind of like to resolve them.
Yeah.
In a weird way. Yeah.
Get them out of the deck.
Yeah. I want that Rosary for soak.
Yeah, you got to have it. That's why I played the doggo.
Then last action, I'll just gain money.
Okay. Done? No enemies to do enemy things. We get a money and a card.
Somehow.
So far, so good. Yeah, still not
I
drawing.
don't understand. That would have been really cool to have way earlier. Okay. Dumont. Now wait, we got to start moving.
Yeah, Dumont, we got to get there.
Bad card. Antarctic wind. Can't play cards or draw cards. Can't play that.
It's fine. It's fine, I assure you. Snowfall. Place 2 clues in your location.
Are you serious? I'm giving some trouble getting up this mountain, dude.
All these snows.
You went all the way down to get this XP, and come on. I can only survive so long up here at the top of this mountain.
You're just hanging out there. I'm sure he'll be back soon. And I'm just waiting on these Blasphemous Visions to fire.
Oh, dude, I'm totally resigning.
Yeah, you could.
I'm going to add these
But what if a baddie comes out?
That's not my problem. You can evade it. I believe in you. You got dynamite, too. If you can't survive, that's on you.
This is
all
horrible.
Right. Mine?
Yeah.
Let's, I can't play cards. I will investigate. I'll try to get one last clue off this thing for you.
You can also, I mean, I can go first if you want. We can see how that goes.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I'll add in 2. So I'm ahead by 3. I succeeded. I did my job.
That's very nice. I mean, that's a lot of clues you got there.
I'm gonna resign. I'm gonna add these to the victory display.
No funny business. That's right.
There's so many weaknesses in my deck. I just want to tell you, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards left. 5 of them are weaknesses.
You're about to slam dunk me. I'm about to get slam dunked here.
What's the worst that can happen? You take a permanent damage?
All right, I'm going to do quick thinking on the clue grab. 3. Actually, I can do this better. I've got 5 in hand. Declare and investigate. Give myself +2 with higher education. Throw a quick thinking into the pile.
I believe in you, dude.
Give me that bag.
I have nothing but faith.
What's -4? Oh, it's -4. That's fine. So let's see if quick thinking triggers or not. We've got to calculate it now. 6, 7, 8, 9. -4 is 5.
Yep.
5 is 2 greater than 3. So quick thinking does fire, get a clue, and get an action.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Dean. Saying, to be fair, if Jack dies right now, we'll still advance.
Yeah, true.
We got 2 assets on the board and guaranteed success. I feel like that's worth it. And we're seeing half as many, because when you're at the top, all these cards are bad.
Yeah, that's why I went to the bottom.
The Eddie Murphy meme.
Yeah, they can't.
Can't hurt me if I'm at the bottom of the mountain.
All right, now I'm just going to do a standard 6 to 3. No funny business, no whammies, no baddies. I'm sure it'll be fine. 6 to 3. Still technically my first action.
Van's hand, man, those whiteboards look slick.
They're awesome. They look super good in person too. Ah, yeah.
Nailed it.
Genuine excitement on my end.
I could hear it. Just cleaning up so I can focus here. You remember when I started the game not using everything at my disposal for no reason? That was pretty wild.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah. I will never get over that. How's it going? You got the clues. That's good. You gonna pick up a dynamite?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there's a reason I'm doing it this way. Second action, pick up dynamite. Third action, doggo.
You're gonna cruise right up that mountain, dude. Those dogs are gonna come in handy for this last XP. All right, into the round.
I'll draw a card.
Yep.
It's fine. Gain a resource.
Unreal.
These visions are going to get me at some point. I'm sure of it.
Right.
1 Dumon, and let's give me a bad card, we think. It's a clever trick there. Bun. Ooh, an Elder Thing Scavenger. After Elder Thing Scavenger attacks you, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Draw each weakness discarded this way. That's very bad for me currently.
The problem with that Sixth Sense Mephistor is I didn't have any other cards to contribute to the test, and it was not a great 4 to 3 is not a great test, and there's lots of ways that goes bad.
Okay, 6 to 3 on the evade test here. Or I just use the dynamite, which I think is where I'm at here.
You got the doggos for soap. Oh, does it do 3 to each asset there?
And investigator.
Okay, great. But you can assign that to your doggos.
You want me to blow up the doggos? I mean,
No,
that's sick.
I'm just saying you have the ability to put 1 damage on each doggo. They can bear their burden.
Are you sick? I will tell you, look, so this deck, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19 cards here. So I got plenty of non-weaknesses in there.
You got so much play. I mean, it's crazy.
Now, if I spend an action on the dynamite, that is not an attack or an evade. So that would trigger an attack from the Elder Thing, which would discard the top 3 cards in my deck and draw weaknesses. Not good.
You could just evade it.
Strictly.
You could evade, move, blow it up.
Yes. Now that's a fine plan if I can actually hit this evade.
Yeah.
So let's try it. We're currently at a 5 to a 3. I'm going to go +1. 6 to a 3 on the evade.
Now, if you move extra spaces with a dog, is that extra actions or is that a single action?
1 action for the move.
So, like, how far could you get with the enemy with you?
I can use the dogs once per turn. My problem is if I move through the windswept, it's going to put a clue on it. So I want to, you know, we went all the way down for 1 victory and we're going to waste one
I'm
here.
with you, man.
Now, if you were still in the game, maybe it would be different.
Deuces.
Oh, come on. Failure.
Huh. I don't know, that dynamite's looking mighty tasty.
This is a dog pile situation though, you know?
Oh, like if another enemy comes?
Well, more that like it attacks me, I take 1 and 1, it discards the top 3, it reveals 2 weaknesses, they each resolve 3 times. That could go poorly. Yeah.
It's kind of fun just watching you.
All right, let's try another evade here. Surely I'll get it this time. 2 ahead.
Statistically speaking. Oh, we're 1 ahead with the Frosty.
Fine. Everything's fine.
Come on, superstar, superstar.
Here we go.
Oh,
-1. He gets it from downtown. Oh, that's such a relief.
What up, Nathan? Welcome to the stream.
Oof.
All right. I like it.
Last action, doggos.
Hey, these are just great moments. You
Move
know?
2. Put 1 on.
Boom. Dude, you're cruising. This isn't even a challenge.
Not even a challenge. All right, into the round. I'm 2 away, so I think I have to draw. Yeah, you do both instead. So draw a card. Everything's fine, and gain a money.
You mind?
Yeah. And these go away when I move, yeah?
Just ready.
Hanging on the edge. If I fail, take 2 damage, lose an expedition asset you control, and move to the location directly below you. I can live with that.
That would be a bummer, because then you have to move up and get the clue on that location.
Oh, it would be a bummer.
Yeah.
So you know what we're gonna do?
Pass
that test. The other thing, we don't want to even think about it.
Oh, if you move down and it moves 1 closer.
I do take 1 horror, yeah, as well.
We just don't think about it. Oh.
Okay. All right. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. 2 ahead. I really didn't think I'd need the hiking boots because I was at the summit.
Yeah.
But all these tests would be at +1 if I had the boots.
That would have been good. Luckily, you have that magnifying glass. Oh, it's an auto fail.
In the grand scheme of things that are bad, it's on the list. It's not terrible. All right. Move down. Lose control of this.
Man.
And then
Not
take 2 damage.
worth it. Congrats, Nathan.
Okay.
And then you auto fail, so it doesn't move, so you're fine.
Everything's cool there. Yeah. Now it's my turn.
Yeah. Now you could. Oh, you don't have the dynamite. That's a bummer.
I will though. So let's go move.
Put a clue on.
Oh yeah, I do that every time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's what I say. It's devastating.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
That's so bad. Okay, hold on a second.
That's so good.
How many turns do we have? We have 1 turn after this?
No. Yes.
And there's no Ancient Evils in the deck, right?
No.
Okay. Second action, we're going to play the lockpicks.
You just got to get the 2 clues and then doggo to the topo.
Third action, we're going to quick thinking lockpicks.
BMK loves that realization you had.
Success. Quick thinking fires, gains me an action. Last action, left here. For that last action, We're going to be smart about this.
Don't pick up the dynamite.
Yeah, so like next action, I lockpick, pick up dynamite, dog up.
Resign.
I won't have an action to resign if I do that. If I get the clue now, though, what does this thing do? The nearest elder thing moves once towards you. If it's engaged with you, attack. I don't necessarily want to draw that. So what do you do instead? You can heal. Heal 2. Not really necessary, is it? Take a 6 to a 3. What's a 6 to a 3?
It's a pretty good shot.
It's not bad, is it? Take a 6 to a 3 here.
Let's go.
Let's get the clue.
-3.
Did it. And now everything's fine. End of the turn, the enemies are going to hunt. Everything readies. Draw a card. Gain a resource.
Didn't hit it.
Didn't hit it.
Doom on.
Give me a bad card if you would, please. Through the ice. As an additional cost to leave, it's a 2 foot. If you fail, cancel everything.
Which is a bummer, because if you use the dogs and fail, the dogs are used. Just don't fail. Now, yeah, you gotta get out of here.
I need to think about this. The play is move, get out of here, right? That's the idea. That's how that goes.
Well, you can pick up the dynamite move and get out of here.
So, okay, let's think about this for a second. Just don't fail, I think is what we're looking at, right?
Now, the other option is leave the dynamite, right?
That's not an option.
Because you could attempt to move.
It can't be an option. We don't like it. We don't like that option at all.
Because technically, if you went that route, you could attempt to move. If you fail, then you could use the dogs to move to the top and then resign. If you succeed, you just move, resign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably what you gotta do, right?
Or you could attempt to move with one dog.
It's just one. It's a normal move.
Oh.
You got it. Each dog is worth 1 point a movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna let that happen. So, like, just as an example, one thing you could do, I've got forewarned here. Place a clue to cancel this. So then my first test is lockpicks, then move the dogs, and then resign, but the dynamite stays. It's a better test than the 2 foot test to get out of through the ice.
But technically, you could pick up the dynamite, take the 2 foot test, and resign.
And boogie.
Yeah.
So you take the 2, and then you either get out or you get out with the dynamite if you... Well, no, because then... That's interesting, actually. Because it's not like you can retroactively know if you...
Yeah. You can't move and then grab the dynamite.
Is there not another one under here?
Mm-mm.
For real? There's only 2 of them, huh? Now, other thing we could do is leave 1 experience on the board. Here. Just take the dynamite, move with the dogs, and get out of here. Which would be the funniest option. To go all the way down to get 1 experience to only leave it in the middle. And when I could have just been working on clearing this the whole time to get 1 additional experience.
Well, you know, little this, little that. I personally think you should go for... Let's just be greedy. Like, we've already come this far.
Well, you know, you're in a hot tub in, you know, Fiji by now, given that you resigned 6 years ago. So, yeah, let's go.
I understand, but I'm the insurance policy. We'll advance either way now.
Okay. So we should basically play it as if we're not going to lose. There's nothing like that. We're going to hit these tests and, like, rock it.
Yeah. Because it's a 5-2-2, right?
Mm.
You have nothing to contribute in your hand on the movement test?
Nothing.
Should I have by 3? I mean,
It's
with
typically a good Arkham test, right?
pretty good odds of succeeding. And then you get out of here.
Yeah.
He's got the way.
Mm-hmm.
Chris says, funny how Zach's be greedy even though he's not there.
Okay. Hold on to forewarned. Fair.
It's just like a perfect slam dunk.
First action. Take the dynamite.
Yeah, there it is. When the doggo is playing the critical role, I mean, it's just, it's like poetry. This whole stream from bookend to bookend is rhyming.
Second action. See if the snow dogs can get us out of the thin ice.
Let's go. I have nothing. But you got the air horn? Where's the air horn?
I got air horn ready.
Red Tire says, all I can say is I want so much air horn whenever this works out. It's either the sad air horn or the happy air horn. We're about to find out. We're going to learn today. You need -3 or better. There's so many tokens that are fine.
So many. Superstar for one.
Even the skull's a -3 right now.
Haven't even seen a superstar today.
I know, we're owed one. All those tentacles you saw, there's a star in that bag. -2. Give it to me. Hit it. Yes. Look at that. Would you look at that?
It's 1- for each dog.
Is it Plinko? No, it wasn't the name of that game where they're climbing the mountain.
I think it's called like
Yodeler?
Mountain Climber, Yodelehi,
Yeah.
Yodelehi who?
Oh my goodness. All right, so you scale the mountain with the doggos.
You think there's any way to get these clues? Is that advance?
Yeah, this is your last action.
Wait, that's 5. There's only 5 on that. No, that's 7.
So that's 7.
Yes, okay, resign. We did it. We
We
got
resigned.
1 maybe extra experience.
And we got all 3 items to the top. That's notable too somehow. After a long, and we also defeated that enemy. Don't forget that. After a long and arduous journey up the mountainside, you've reached the Forbidden Peaks. You hope the pain and horror you've suffered along the way is behind you, but you fear that it will persist and become relentless. Resolution numero uno. It's too good. It's too good.
The power is too great.
You went down and you collected the experience. Resolution 1.
Found a couple of doggos down there
The
too.
view from the summit is breathtaking, but you are in no mood to enjoy the spectacle. Sprawled before you, on the other side of these accursed peaks, lies the city described in Dyer's report. Its haunting visage is unmistakable. Dozens of conical and pyramidal, it's like a
Like cones of pyramids, the way the eye is built.
adverbial period. Pyramids. Buildings of dark slate and sandstone are honeycombed throughout the region like a labyrinth of perfect geometric shapes. Though weathered by the ages, the city still stands, hidden by the jagged peaks and the heavy snow.
There's an ancient city in here
That's right.
at the summit.
On the other side of the summit. For a while, you stand in silence and take in the wondrous sight. If it weren't for the many trials you faced along the way, it would be a moment of triumph.
That's what you were doing while you resigned.
Yeah, it's just like...
You were just staring at it.
But after the sacrifices made to get here, the victory rings hollow. A freezing wind blows across the peaks. The air is too thin for you to linger. After a moment's rest, you begin the long trek down into the alien city. You'll have to make camp before you reach the bottom. With any luck, you'll be hidden from the dreadful creatures that dwell there. In your campaign log, record.
Record what? Tell me.
The team climbed the summit.
Team climbed summit.
Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of cards in the victory display. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
For each expedition asset in the victory display, an investigator may choose to add that asset to their deck.
Oh.
It does not count toward the deck size. For each expedition added to an investigator's deck, that investigator earns 1 bonus experience.
Hey, you know what's fascinating? Stick to the plan. Items or supplies. Is that right? Is that what it says on it?
Tactic or supply.
Dang. Any supplies? See, I thought surely dynamite would be a supply, but it's an item.
Yeah.
They're all items. They somehow they knew.
But, like, I have backpack, which I can store the wooden sled in my backpack. I do think the spare parts...
I have backpack.
I mean, these are crazy items for 0 cost.
Also, look at the bonuses on them. +3 off out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've got to take that dynamite.
We're all taking things, yeah.
Yeah.
2 and 1 somewhere. We'll come back to that.
What's the sledge about? I mean, it does make sense if I've got the dogs, I got the sledge, right? Item or supply cards.
For each expedition asset not in the victory display, cross its title off the supplies recovered section.
We got them all, man.
In the expedition team section of the campaign, like record the amount of damage and horror on each. Dr. Amy had 2 horror.
Dr. Amy. Kinsler?
Kinsler, yeah. And then proceed to Interlude 2, The Endless Night, which I think we'll pick up next time.
Wow, that's a good run now.
That was a really cool scenario.
That's really good.
I do feel like the investigators and the way we have them built were very well suited for this particular challenge.
Yeah.
Your early hiking boots is crazy.
Yeah, and we've done ourselves some favors here by playing good cards and building decks that are working.
Yeah, that do something well.
They do something well.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I might take the sledge.
That's fine.
It just depends on what you already have backpacks in your deck. So like this is an extra free backpack for me.
Oh, dude. Fast action. I didn't read the end of spare parts. You ready for this? Spend a supply and exhaust spare parts. Add a supply to another asset, which is good with the dynamite, of course. Or choose investigator location to gain a resource. Fast action. You can use it 3 times immediately, get 3 money.
You can use it 3. It doesn't exhaust?
No.
It says exhaust it right there.
It doesn't say exhaust.
What does it say?
It says exhaust.
So it's an instant money 3 times, so once per turn.
Well, and let me just read this real quick again.
You kind of feel like you need a dynamite team and then a sledge team, though. I think we're back at that.
The investigator who adds it gets the experience, you know?
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
I'll take 3 of them if you want. Let me just look at this. So I didn't see Faustian Bargain as well. Do these to Kelly Lee stay in here? The bad ones?
Yeah, they stay in
Are
the
you
deck.
serious?
Yep, until you resolve them. But these don't stay.
Yeah,
right?
of course not. I hope not.
This is the good thing.
Ooh, see, I didn't even see the cigarette case this game.
Yeah, which is an item that would be great to be able to get with a sledge, right?
Yeah, same with the thermos.
Yeah.
Item I would never really want to see.
What slot does a cigarette case go in?
Your necklace. Accessory.
So it's kind of interesting because if you get the second one on a sledge, I could play it.
That is interesting. So I've got 9 things I can grab with a sledge. How are you looking? And honestly, lockpicks are pretty critical to my strat. Yeah. 8, 9, that's right.
I have 7 without adding any, like from the stuff. But I also have prepared for the worst, specifically to go get the thing, and I have a backpack.
Give me that sledge, man.
So I think you should have a sledge. I think you already have it, right? Somewhere. I hope. Oh, here it is.
Wooden sledge.
Wooden sledge. So you
And
get a
it just
bonus
goes
XP
in.
as well.
Okay.
I do kind of like you having the dynamite,
As
so
a
you can do
backup?
damage, but also like
You gonna give me all of it?
I might give you all of it because this doesn't do anything for me.
Okay, I'll take them all.
So you get 3 XP.
That's what I get for not being the first to resign.
Yeah. And we earned 6, right?
6 what?
XP.
Yeah, you do.
I understand. I see the score.
I'll earn 9. And
Yes, people also calling it right. The spare parts is also a great asset to be able to ditch the things that get rid of assets.
true, and it's also +3 to your brain, which could save me at some point.
Just because it is a 3
Yeah.
that you can pitch.
Okay, next up, also, I'm just going to spend my XP right now because I'm in the zone.
I'm spending none of my XP.
Why? Why?
Here's why. I need 10 XP. I might be able to spend some of my XP. I'm going to spend 5 of it. I have 2 left over. I'm buying a Cyclopean hammer
Yeah, good.
and replacing one of my dragon poles.
These are good cards.
Apparently, spare parts is also notable because it doesn't discard when it runs out of supplies.
So it just sits there.
Yeah.
Yeah. An
Okay.
infinite amount of spare parts, that doesn't really make
We're
sense. does
on
it?
the just to give you context, you've seen how my deck's doing its thing. The
Yeah.
Cyclopean hammer fight, add your brain to your attack, deal +1 damage. If you succeed and the enemy is not elite, you can move it a location away from you. If you succeed by 3 or more, you instead deal +2 damage and may move the enemy up to 2 locations away.
That can't really go wrong. And so then you can do 4 damage with an enchant weapon on that puppy.
Right.
Once you're swinging 4 weapon without ammo, the game is over.
It just keeps...
We've won.
Keep swinging.
We've won.
Yeah. But that's also why I've got the prepared for the worst on my stick to the plan. Because if I don't see this in the opening hand, I want to be able to dig. So, like, I get to try my mulligan, I get to pay 1 to look at the top 9, and then I still have backpacks.
And now, technically, can I sledge you?
No. Either player can play from the sledge, but I think it only comes from the player that plays its deck.
I got it. I believe that's maybe correct.
It may be either player.
An investigator at this location searches the top 6 cards.
There it is.
Attaches to wooden, and then any investigator can play them. Okay, so that's cool. All right, so I'm going to drop 3 out. I'm looking to go... This thermos is gone.
That's true. I think I made...
I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. But I hate it so much.
No, I think I take the Dragon Poles because they're both 2-handed weapons. Technically, Enchanted Blade is an arcane and one-handed weapon. So it is hitting the slots on... yeah, it can go either way. But it's going to come out of the deck as well once I get that second sledge.
Okay. These are all cards I like. You handle this one. Can sub. Working a hunch is good. Pilfer, I'm less excited about. I'm on a kind of a lower curve here. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save some XP.
I think it's right. I'm gonna drop an Enchanted Blade instead of a Dragon Pole.
You handle this one is gonna become a forewarned.
Okay.
1 experience. 2, 3. I spend 5 here. I hold 4. Yeah. I don't know if Lone Wolf is... I mean, I feel like the maps are maybe going to get bigger.
This one was very linear, so I would not be shocked if it got longer and wider. I've heard a lot of crazy stuff about the maps in this year campaign.
I think I'm going to cut Pilfer. That's a big 4-cost event. I mean, that's a lot. That's expensive.
Yeah, you're not going to play it early, right?
Yeah.
So
it's so expensive. When I can just be trickling along with my drip economy, as the kids say.
That's right.
I might not need Faustian Bargain. I've had 2 games now where I'm not playing it.
Gregory's saying the maps get big.
Okay.
I mean, that game in particular, I gave you 2 free money to start.
True.
That's not going to happen every time.
True.
As much as I want that to be the case.
Let's just give ourselves outs then. Let's turn 1 Pilfer into a No Stone Unturned. Level 5. Go get any card you want.
Love that card. That's an insight, right? Yeah, that was in my Joe Diamond deck.
Then I'm going to turn 1 Lone Wolf into 1 Seeking Answers. Level 2.
I like it.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 experience spent. And I'm going to save 1.
Ooh, breaking his rule.
That's right. I'm going to save 1. In fact, yeah, I'm actually so not going to do that. I'm actually going to swap that out. We're going to go... No, I'm not. I'm going to save 1. I'm going to save 1. I'm going to save 1. Okay? I'll save 1. I'll save 1.
So you're officially saving an experience.
Officially saving an experience. 1 experience.
All that whining.
It's just because it didn't work out correctly. It's not a choice I'm making. It's just the way of things. And then really the only thing I have left, man, is another No Stone Unturned level 5 and another Seeking Answers. So 7 experience from now or 6 experience from now.
And then you've arrived at the...
And then it's kind of like that's all that's in my short stack. So then I'll need to look at just like stupid level 5 secret cards.
Okay.
Like Deciphered Reality, which is extremely good with Monterey Jack. Because like, you know, you can keep moving, keep gaining some clues, gain some clues, you leave a bunch behind and then sweep it up.
I love Deciphered Reality. That card, I remember the first time I saw that card. It's like love at first sight, you know?
Yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, just immediately. You're the one.
You're still the one I want.
That was a fun scenario.
Yeah, that was really good. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We had a great time. Hope you did too. That was one of the better campaigns that we've done, I would say, or one of the better scenarios.
Agreed.
We've been using some upcoming Edge of the Earth themed products coming up. Mansions of Madness style. Mountains of Madness? Mountains of Madness, right? Is it the Disney thing, or is it Mountains of Madness? Is that the Disney thing?
Mountains of Madness? No, that's a...
Is that the Lovecraft thing?
Yeah, it's pretty sure it's
that's not Mansions of Madness?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay, so...
Maybe it is Mansions of Madness.
Grab these. These are coming out soon. We're putting the final pieces together on these. Look phenomenal in person, particularly. Have a nice, weird shimmer on them that's hard to see on a camera, especially one with like white balance and stuff. But I'm convinced you guys will dig these. And then we got the clues and the dooms coming in as well. Kept these black just to make sure that any black token in the scenario era was a doom token. We looked at maybe doing those in white. Didn't really like the function of that, but got the beautiful glimmering silver.
Magic Mountain of Disney.
They're gonna come. That's right. Okay, got it. They're gonna come with some special Edge of the Earth clue tokens as well. We might not run those forever, so those might be a limited edition kind of thing, and then we might transition away from that into the standard Doom. We'll see how that goes ultimately.
I love the way these look.
I think that's it.
Those clue tokens are great.
I think they look better than the OGs. I mean,
yeah, don't be saying that.
Oops.
Shout out to all our subscribers. Wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. We'll be back in a couple weeks with the next part of Arkham. So stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll see you there. Can you click fast enough to get us out of here?
Yeah, I think I did it. Okay, goodbye. Well, I see, because I got the delay on. Okay, that confused me. Man, I come up looking like a crazy person from these scenarios. What is wrong with me?
I still haven't found that answer.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.